when we are LIVE live, because it does not tell BC. Guys, give me an up. We should smash the up anyway, but in the chat, give me an up if you guys can hear me, please. The two make sure that I'm the last to know that I'm live, even though I'm the motherfucking host. Excuse my language. What's up, everybody? Oh, there I am. Okay. Okay, we rocking now. Square that up. The fuck is up? Square that, man. Kidding me? Square that shit up, will ya? No. Well, that's what you guys got. Hey, what's going on, everybody? Now I see you. All right. What's up, everybody? Smash that up on the way in, will you? This is a live amped up for Thursday, March 16th. If you don't mind, I'm going to switch over to the earbuds, man. We got a lot to talk about. I wanted this. I put out so much content, guys, this week. A lot of amped up podcasts, each of them about an hour long, some a little bit more. And I wanted to just touch up on all of the topics that we covered this week live. Because I thought that would be a pretty cool idea. And I still would like to, by the way. If there's time in this podcast, we will do such. But unfortunately, there's a bigger topic that we have to discuss, man. And that is the state of the wrestling world, man. The wrestling business. The wrestling industry, guys. Right now is in shambles. That's the only way. That's the only way that I can put it, guys. There's no other. Square that shit up, man. Get up. Hey, what's up, everybody? JR9, Eric Leno, what up? Pile drivers up in this bitch, man. Gotta fix the camera angle a little bit, guys. What the fuck? There you go. Is that a little fucking better there? Little bit. All right. Well, you know what? I don't know why it's turned to... It's even here. I don't know, man. It's the fucking tube. Don't blame BC. It's even on my end. Yeah, Aaron Rodgers is a New York Jet, man. Not happy about it. But guys, there's a big downward trajectory in the wrestling world. Tuesday morning when I got the Raw rating, I was like, wow, man. Okay, 120,000 plus people dropped off from last week's 1.82. This week, Raw coming in at a 1.70. Then Wednesday morning, we get the news that NXT went from 624K from Roadblock down to 590, dropping 34,000 viewers. Not the end of the world, at least. It could have been much worse, like 555 the week previous before Roadblock. But still, backwards after Roadblock, man, I was hoping for the momentum for them. AEW, we find out today, lost 6,000 viewers from last week. 858 last week, which obviously is abysmal. And then this week, they lose another 6,000 viewers, man, down to 852. I told you guys, man. I told you guys the last couple of weeks. I said something's kind of a missed here, man, where AEW is their new niche has dropped to 850. It used to be 950. Remember, they were always roughly around 950, 925 maybe, 975 high. Once in a blue moon, they hit 1 million, but 950. And I noticed something over the last couple of months, this past month for sure. It was going backwards drastically to about 850. They have lost 100,000 viewers that are niche. That's not good. It's one thing not to be growing the company. That's one thing, right? Pro wrestling is not growing right now. That's the biggest fucking issue. Pro wrestling is literally on life support. It sucks, but that's, I don't know, I shouldn't be the only podcaster saying this or journalist, but usually I am when it comes to this type of truth, this type of fact bombs. BC's the only one that fucking says it like it is. Pro wrestling is on life support. There's no growth in the wrestling business, guys. It doesn't matter if you're a company, if you're a fucking content creator, if you're a journalist trying to get fucking clicks or views. It doesn't matter. There's no growth in the wrestling world. And it starts with the companies, and there's nothing. The bad news is, even worse than that, it's going backwards now. Where even if you're AEW and you're struggling to hit 1 million, now you're at 850 as your new top niche. 3 out of the last 4 weeks for AEW, they've been in the 800,000s. Or, no. 4 out of 5 weeks, my bad. 4 out of 5. They were at an 824, 833, 858, and an 852 this week. 4 out of 5 weeks. The only week that they hit over 858, they actually just went over 1 million, and that's with the big announcement by Tony Khan, man. And he strung everybody along till the very end, right before the main event. That snuggly death spot, Q7. And he said that there's going to be a reality show. And the very next week, everybody said, fuck you, dude. That's the boy that cried wolf. I'm done with your announcements. Now we're at a point where AEW just pulled 852, guys. They got beat not just by NBA games. They got beat by WWE AEW Marvel fan. I appreciate the gold status, man. Yeah, no, Batista's going to be in South Africa filming My Spy or some shit, a sequel. Thank you for the gold membership, WWE AEW Marvel fan. I appreciate those gold cards, man. I appreciate all those coffees. But what they did when they lost the 8th, what did I say? 852,000. AEW lost their fucking niche. And unless you're doing a special announcement, you ain't getting that shit back. That's one of those deals where you cried wolf so many times with these special announcements, man. And this, I think, was the last straw for a lot of people. And you come up with a reality show? I mean, that's literally the best you got. WWE Raw, it's WrestleMania season, guys. This is the peak. This is the peak for pro wrestling, man. Right around Rumble it starts, and it goes all the way through April. Then there's a little bit of a lull. Then the summertime for SummerSlam picks it back up again. But this is peak season, and every single show has gone backwards. Even SmackDown, who's carrying the wrestling industry right now, went from a high 2.4, almost 2.5, to a high 2.3. So they dropped back another 140 Gs as well. NXT dropped 34 Gs. AEW dropped 6 Gs, 124,000 Gs from Monday Night Raw. And this is peak season. WrestleMania is in 16 nights. Hard to believe, right? 16 nights, guys. 2 weeks away. And every single show is going backwards in the ratings. The interest is at an all-time high. And that's sad because I feel Raw has at least had a pulse. The past 2 weeks, it has gone downhill a little bit like we're used to. But for a couple of months there, it looked like it started to get a pulse back. But by then, you were bad for so long that people that went away for so long and they saw, hey, there's no FOMO here. There's no fear of missing out. I've missed a whole year, 2, 3, 4, 5 years of Raw. I don't got to come back. There's no more FOMO. So those people, even though you started to do a little better, they never came back. And that's why I said for years, careful how low you go in the ratings and how much you don't give a fuck. Because when you start to give a shit, that doesn't mean your fans that were once there are going to give a shit. They don't have to come back just because you decided to finally give a shit to put out a good product that everybody can latch onto and be entertained by. That's why Raw got stuck at a 1.7. That in this past week was just not that good of a show at all. AEW, same thing. This past week, I didn't see the show. I didn't see Dynamite this week yet. I don't know if I'm going to, but what I heard didn't sound all that bad. They didn't start out with a fucking a match with a couple of wrestlers in their fucking underwear doing a 30-minute match and doing cool sequences and flipping around the ring like a bunch of gymnastics and everybody chanting their chants. No, it started with an entertainment segment, something you would see in WWE. Could it be that Tony Khan finally realizes sports entertainment is pro wrestling? Pro wrestling is sports entertainment. It's one of the same. You could be a niche, you could be an alternative, but wrestling always has to be sports entertainment and vice versa. It's fucking planned. It's scripted. It can't be an actual sport that stands on its own sport 2 legs. It's fucking planned. It is rehearsed. It is scripted. It's entertainment. So they started with an entertainment segment. Now, I don't know if it was good or not. I didn't see it. But I guess it was MJF in some type of bar mitzvah or re-bar mitzvah or some shit. And the Pillars came in. Jungle Boy, Sammy Guevara, Darby Allin, I believe, is the fourth pillar. And they're setting up some type of four-way or some shit. I didn't think that was a bad... When I heard that, I said, hey, that's how you start a show. Entertainment. Don't just start with two wrestlers in their fucking underwear having a 25-minute clanger. A banger. Fuck that, bro. No more of that shit. Entertain. And then they ended, I thought, pretty good from what I heard. Hangman looking at the fucking Combat Club, Mox and the boys, and he didn't have to rest. His friends are not just the Dark Order. He's got history with the Elite. He turns around and the Elite is backing him up, and that's why Mox and the boys retreated. Well, shit, that's a level of some care. Hangman with the fucking Elite? I can dig that. So the start, from what I heard anyway, from what I read, the start and the finish of AEW, not too bad. Now the match itself to end the show, horrendous. You got 9 fucking dudes in there all over the place. And I saw a clip, man, of the finish of that match. It was only like, maybe they were on fire the whole match, right? Because it was only the last 10 seconds I saw. So maybe the Canadian crowd was on their feet the whole time, raucous for that main event. But when what the fuck are they named, man? Malachi's group. What the fuck? Malachi, fucking Brody, and give me the House of Black. Thank you. When House of Black won that match, when we say crickets, bro, you could hear a pin drop. Bro, it's like somebody duct taped everybody in that arena. House of Black won that match, and you could hear a pin fucking drop, bro. It was the quietest reaction I've ever heard. And I've heard Dana Brooke reactions. I've seen live Tamina Snuka matches. I once saw Gilbert live. I saw Doink the Clown. And I'm telling you right now, dude, House of Black won that match. And there wasn't a soul in the vicinity of that arena that gave a flying fuck on a flying broomstick. You could tour the whole fucking country of Canada, and you wouldn't find a soul that gave a fuck. That was sad, bro. I actually felt bad for my boy Malachi. I understand they weren't the favorites necessarily in that match, but you can't do them dirty and just make no fucking noise. But I also don't blame them. You did that shit. You put 9 motherfuckers in one match. But at least the finish before we went off the air, pretty fucking cool. Let's get that over 100, man. I just saw 99 on the ups. Let's smash that motherfucker right over 100. There's no reason why not to. Either you're amplified or you're just not. And if you're not, das Boot. You gotta get amplified. So I don't know what the fuck they did over there, man, with the main event. But the post extracurricular activity to go off the air, Hangman, I don't need the Dark Order. Those aren't my only friends. He didn't even know the Elite was behind them was the story. But I like the fact that they planted that. Like, hey, we were all united once too, you know. He's got other friends if he wants to extend the olive branch. I didn't mind that. And guys, I know I'm gonna get some fucking flack for this. Oh, come on, BC. You just drilled. You fucking wrecked QT the other day, man, because he was going at fans and going at people because they didn't like him and Wardlow last week. Well, it's stupid. Tony Khan botched that. QT Marshall had no business being the deciding factor in taking a title off of Wardlow. However, QTV, I don't mind it. It's entertainment, and that scares a lot of AEW fans, right? Oh, no, this is too WWE. We have to get back to Dan Garcia versus Wheeler Yuta in a 3-hour Iron Man match. I gotta see the Dante and the Darius, the top flight Martins. I gotta see the Martins versus Penta and Rey Fenix. And give them 45 minutes, and I gotta see the flips, and I gotta see the dives. QT Marshall entertained us for 3.5 minutes. Relax. It wasn't the end of the world. The same people that when Bray Wyatt has a 30-second SmackDown clip These people will complain for the next fucking full 7 nights. 7 days they will claim that Bray Wyatt's the worst part of SmackDown. The motherfucker's on there for 30 seconds. Got the highest fucking rating during the 30 seconds, by the way. Got the most buzz on social, by the way. But Bray Wyatt sucks, boring, Supernatural sucks, right? QT Marshall got fucking leveled after that segment. Everything I fucking saw, QT, because of 3.5 minutes of just some fun. It was a play on TMZ. That's all it was. Relax. You know, sometimes have a little bit of fun. It's not like everybody's getting fruit roll-up with the 24/7 championship. That I agree. That's not fun. R-Truth dressed up like a Christmas tree, chasing down Ninja Tozawa, who's in a garbage can, is not fun. I understand. QT for 3.5 minutes is okay. It's fine, bro. Like, that's what you think is fucking horrible. How about all of the flips and the dives that don't even land on their opponent? We're not going to call that out? Did you guys see what I told you to go and check out? I think it was on AEW Dark. It was Take a Shitta versus Cartwheel Carlson. I think his name is Jack Cartwheel or something. Somebody put it up in the chat, and you can see the clip yourself on the doohickey machine on the online machine. But this guy fucking does a bunch of cartwheels, leaps over the top rope, and he lands nowhere near Take a Shitta. Take a Shitta's got to extend his hands to try to even touch the fucking guy, and he's not even in the same zip code. And nobody wants to talk about how horrendous that looks. We're going to claim that QT Marshall and Bray Wyatt is killing the wrestling business. Jack Cartwheel, thank you. Jack Cartwheel does a bunch of fucking cartwheels and never lands on his opponent. But because he did all of the fucking flips and the fucking dives and the fucking... He's like a fucking football doing a bunch of shit, turns. Because he did that, we're like cats. Why is pro wrestling suck today? Because we're like cats. And fucking these wrestlers are the toys. You ever dangle a toy in front of a cat? This is what they'll do. Oh, they'll chase it. They'll go in the wall. They'll go head first in the fucking walls. I love the fucking... Hey, listen, I had fucking a great tiger tabby cat. Fucking awesome. His name was Tigger. Before that, I had a great tiger fucking tabby cat called Tesla. They're the best, but they're dumb as rocks. They will go head first into a wall if the toy goes into the wall. We're like cats. We see all the flips and we're enamored by it. We're fucking amazed. We don't even care if they land the moves anymore. That's the wrestling fan of 2023. Fuck Supernatural. Fuck your entertainment. Whatever MJF is doing, whatever fucking QT Marshall was doing last night. Fuck all of that. I want to see flips and dives, and I don't give a fuck if they actually land. I don't care if they land. We're like cats. Cartwheel Carlson came nowhere near Take a Shitta. But we're just going to throw it under the rug. Let's act like it didn't happen. Let's just make pretend that he landed it. And let's go back to bashing Bray Wyatt online. Supernatural asshole. Take your character and get out of here. By the way, Tony Khan needs to sign Cartwheel Carlson. Right? Tony Khan needs to sign. That's what we were all seeing, guys. I can't even make that up. We were all seeing that Tony Khan needs to sign Cartwheel Carlson after that match. I saw one dipshit go, Triple H is going to get him if Tony Khan doesn't get him. Literally. That's what I fucking saw. Hold on, that's fucking starting to bug me here. Hold on, guys. Gotta fix that fucking camera angle a little bit, man. Square that shit up a little bit. There you go. Little better for BC. All right, there you go. I can see you guys a lot better now, man. What up, Ash Steggles, man? What up, man? Todd Drew, Smurfy, Jer9, as I said, is up in here. Ozzy's up in here. Yeah, everybody was saying they want Cartwheel fucking Carl, man. Cartwheel Carl needs to be signed by Tony Khan because, I mean, you got to do a bunch of fucking flips, and that's all we give a fuck about. Guys, that's one of many fucking reasons. I can go on and on about why wrestling is fucking in the shitter. It is 16 days away from WrestleMania. Monday Night Raw has just lost a massive amount of viewers. They're at a 1-7 this week. No football. No football. I was told that after Monday Night Football, basically you don't understand. Football crushes it, basically. You don't understand. Football crushes it, Basely. They said. That's what they said. Basely. And I said, what? And they said, football. Okay, well, football is gone. So fuck your analogy or your fucking excuses. Football is no more, and they're at a 1-7. They were 2,000 people away from going into the 1-6s. Why am I the only fucking podcaster that's going to talk these numbers and not act like they don't matter? DVR, basically DVRs. Streaming is picked up, basically. People watching the clips on tube, basically. That's the problem. That's the fucking problem. NFL football is up 10% live television. Why the fuck is wrestling not? Why do people feel the need that they can just watch it later or watch clips or fucking DVR it, not watch it live, but other live entertainment, they have to watch it because it's intriguing, right? Football became better this year. It went up 10%. Wrestling did not become better. It got even worse, and that's why you have a drop. Stop blaming everything on streaming services. Your job is to get them off the fucking Netflix, off of Peacock, get the fuck off the cock, get off fucking Disney Plus, you fucking tooth fairies, and fucking watch the product. It's their job to make you watch live on your big screen. I don't know any other way to say that. There's other shows that are very high on the metrics. Monday Night Raw is horrible in the ratings because they've been horrible for so long, had 2 months of a pulse, and the last 2 weeks got right back into what fucking started this mess in the first place. And now you're 16 nights away from WrestleMania, and you are at a 1.7. By God, that sucks! That's horrible. That's really disastrous, and I'm not even over-dramatizing this. I'm not over-embellishing. I'm not over-exaggerating one bit. This is a disastrous number for Monday Night Raw. And AEW on Wednesday nights, I told you guys, the last 5 weeks, if you take away the big announcement show, that was never a big announcement, it was a reality show, because that's all we need. Another fucking Total Bellas, the AEW edition. You can look, but you can't touch. Don't be fucking surprised if the Bellas end up on this new reality show on season 2. The first season's already finished. It's only 6 episodes. But don't be shocked if there's fucking Bree and Birdie and Nikki and Squirrel, or whatever she named her kid, and fucking Bryan Danielson. Much love to him, by the way. Much love. Get your fucking buck. But don't be surprised if season 2 you got the fucking Garcias on this new reality show. That was the big announcement. If you take that away, AEW the last month, they have gotten a 833,000 viewership, 824,000, 858,000, 852,000. Their new niche has dropped from 950 to 850. That's the top of their new niche. You lost 100,000 of your niche viewers. They're gone. They're gone, guys. I did the analysis. That's 5 out of 6 weeks now. Take away the million because of the announcement episode. You lost 100,000 of your own niche. And you know what they're saying, a lot of them? I got all the products, I got all the t-shirts, I bought all the tickets, I traveled to fucking pay-per-views. It's just not the same AEW anymore. It's not as fun. It's not what it once was or what I thought it was going to be. Hopefully he understands that he's doing it all wrong. So not only are you not growing, you're going backwards. I don't know how I don't know why every other fucking journalist, content creator, podcaster, I don't know why they're not being this honest with you. The wrestling world is in a sad state of affairs. I know we all want to act like it's all good, right? And put a positive twist on it so we can maybe get some clicks, some views, get a fucking buck. fucking clickbait people, right? Make it sound all good and fluffy. So then it's just BC who's got to tell the fucking truth that this shit is not good 16 nights away from WrestleMania. This is pro wrestling's peak season. Peak season. This is when all the numbers are supposed to be through the roof. Do you guys know what happens at WrestleMania weekend? All of the shows put out really big shows, or at least they did before the pandemic. But everybody goes. A lot of fucking companies used to go around WrestleMania, like the actual city, and put on shows. Vince McMahon tried to block that a few years ago. He was pretty successful for the most part. Some people still go down there, do big autograph sessions, though. But everybody knows that if you're in the wrestling world, your biggest bang for your buck is going to be WrestleMania. WWE is going to help out all of the other fucking companies. All the talent in the wrestling world is going to have a big weekend come WrestleMania. Everybody knows that, guys. WrestleMania is a peak time, peak season for the entire industry. Exactly, Jer9. Massive for independents across the board. And now what we are seeing is the interest is so fucking low for the biggest companies that I don't know what interest is going to be there for your GCWs or your Impact Wrestlings or your MLWs or the local bingo hall where you're going to see Luigi Lugnut finally defend his championship after 6 years of not defending it against Fuckwad Fred and Danny Dipshit Dugenheimer in a triple threat match. Loser has to go into a pit of misery. What is that? Who knows? You got to show up to find out. Tickets start at 10 fucking cents. Right now, everybody's got to just raise the red flag and admit that wrestling is in a sad state of affairs, right? We could all. I don't care what about your tribalism. I don't care if you wave the WWE flag or if you wave the AEW flag. If you love pro wrestling, bro, it's in the shitter. It's in the fucking shitter, and we just gotta be honest with it now, man. You can't just stroke the ego of Tony Khan or Vince McMahon or Tony Khan and 3H's Paul Levesque. You can't do it anymore. The shit sucks. Even when there's a little bit of a pulse, they go right back to their old ways, man. This week of Monday Night Raw was fucking sad. It had a pulse. It's like your family member got ran over by a car, right? Didn't look good, but all of a sudden in the emergency room, you started to see the fucking pulse come back, man. His heart's going again. You're like, hey, we're gonna get fucking Uncle Gary's coming back. And then all of a sudden, it flatlines again. And you're like, fuck, we just lost Uncle Gary again. And you know the funny part, appreciate that, Marie. You know the funny part, it's not really funny. I'm obviously being facetious here, but you know, you get somebody like The Undertaker, who once again slammed the video game era, and he gets trashed. He gets trashed by the online fucking the online hemorrhoids. They trash a legend, the greatest character in the world, The Undertaker, because he slams what he calls the video game era. They don't understand. He's not slamming the fact that they play video games. You can play all the video games in the world. He is stating that he's been in locker rooms where they play all fucking day. And everyone just said, well, if it relieves stress, then, you know, mental health is first. That's fine. But does it have to be all? Meanwhile, the character development is lacking times a billion. Protecting your character is gone in the business. And Undertaker's just saying, hey, I tried to raise concern 1,000 times. They don't listen in the locker rooms. Fans are just trashing me. All right, I guess I'm an old fossil then. I'm bitter. I'm a dinosaur. No, bro. You're calling it exactly like BC sees it. You don't protect them. They don't even develop characters anymore. There are no fucking characters. Show up to a fucking AEW fan. Watch the crowd fucking go berserk for a fucking Penta, a Dante Martin, a Dan Garcia, Action Andretti, Darius Martin. You can go down the fucking list, and they don't give a fuck as long as they can do cool sequences and shit, man. They don't give a fuck. Characters are gone, and when you go online, oh man, on their social doohickey machines afterwards, they're just a human again, right? Britt Baker can be a fucking heel in the ring, and then an hour later, she's just like, oh, I'm Brittany, I'm not the character anymore, guys. Welcome, Garcia. So good you had freedom again. You know what I mean? Saraya is supposed to be this evil, whatever, man. She's this character. She's a heel now. And then she goes online and she's a sweetheart half the time. And then the other half of the time, she's getting into fucking war with... What are you? Undertaker just said, these people, they don't know what they are. You try to portray something on TV and then you don't believe in it enough to protect it afterwards. When the camera's done rolling, when you exit the arena, you don't give a fuck about your character anymore. Your job is to convince people that you are that, to suspend the disbelief, to believe fully in what you are portraying, but yet 45 minutes after you're in the ring, you're a fucking sweetheart again. You're a victim. Why is everyone showing hate? Everyone relax. I'm just the entertainer for you. And Undertaker's just saying, listen, you don't have to go to the extremes like I do. Undertaker said, you don't got to do what I do. It's a different era. I don't even know if it would work if you go to the extremes that I did. But at least protect your character more. Develop it, first of all, and protect it. And these people just go on their socials. I told you guys how many times I got to say about fucking, I still think of this at the top of the list. The Eddie Kingston, all the times he talked shit about Claudio, and you really believed it and realized he did not like Claudio. And then this fucking referee posts a picture online of him, Claudio, and Eddie Kingston eating steak dinner and smiling. Oh yeah, that's going to be real good in ROH when they collide 17 times. When I'm going to be thinking, hey, how's the steak? What kind of steak are you getting afterwards, guys? We know it's a fucking illusion. We know it's a show. It's not a situation where it's still real to me, damn it. But at least let us suspend the disbelief for a little bit longer than after the show. You get wrestlers going out there trying to be a heel. And when it doesn't work, they go on social and they're like, man, you guys are so critical of this and that. Why don't you guys just relax, man? This is the reason. This is the problem with wrestling. How about you as a heel don't get into interactions with the fans online? Why are wrestlers engaging with fans, especially the ones that are not showing respect? On this fucking channel, for instance, we only acknowledge respect. We will never tolerate disrespect. That's Das Boot. Why are wrestlers, the top of the business, the ones in the spotlight, acknowledging this shit and getting into arguments with them and exposing their characters? It is bullshit. That is what is killing the pro wrestling world. The Undertaker is correct. I don't care if you cry because he calls it the video game era. Taker Mark Calloway is 1,000,000,000% correct. The wrestlers have to give a fuck more. I don't give a shit personally. I know Mark Calloway doesn't give a shit personally. And I know most of my amplified unit doesn't give a fuck how many flips you did as a teenager in the back of your mother's fucking yard on your fucking trampoline that your father bought you. I don't care how many flips and dives you can do on a trampoline. And now that you're a grown-up past the age of 18, you want to be a wrestler. It looks like you have never fucking lifted a day in your life. You've never even been to a gym. You wouldn't know what a gym looks like if you were on the outside. You walked right into the fucking glass window. You wouldn't know what a gym is. You got fucking spaghetti limbs for your arms and your legs, fucking like SpaghettiOs. But you can do a 457-20 tortellini, holy shit, inadverted hurricanrana super shit splash. So fuck, we gotta sign Cartwheel Carlson. And when does it fucking end? And then you got somebody like The Undertaker who catches a lot of shit just because he says, hey guys, we gotta pay attention to characters, man. And then you got guys like Bray Wyatt who fucking lives the character 24/7. Oh, his songs. Fuck you, man. I'd rather watch Dante Martin versus Drew Gulak. What's Tony Khan got in store, man? We gonna get Orange Cassidy versus Dan Garcia. I can't wait. I can't wait to see Orange Cassidy and Dan Garcia. I want to see Dan Garcia. Let me get Dan Garcia. Come on, man. How many fucking 6-star, 7-star, 10-star clangers can you fucking watch before you finally get bored? If you want to save and help wrestling, do us all a favor. Stop watching this. Go watch some fucking, some trampoline gymnastics, man. You gotta have family members that have trampolines. Nobody uses it? Go look in backyards. See if people are flipping and diving, man. Pay them $5 and say, hey, can I watch you do the 720-620 tortellini inadvertent hurricanrana super shit splash? Ask them. But don't ruin pro wrestling, because it's fucking done. The wrestlers are ruining it because they don't even develop a character, and they certainly don't protect it if they do. Thanks to their fucking social media presence. They only give a fuck about doing that shit. Britt Baker has a fucking match with Thunder Rosa. She's got thumbtacks in her fucking arm. She's in the trainer's room. She looks at the camera, the behind-the-scenes footage, and she goes, that better be a 5-star match, Dave Meltzer. Why are you worried about Dave Meltzer when you got thumbtacks in your fucking arm, Britt? And I love Britt Baker, by the way. Whether you like it or not, I believe she's absolutely a bona fide superstar when booked correctly. But what the fuck are you worried about Davey Meltzer? Some fucking schmuck who puts down stars for matches and the whole wrestling world gets a fucking jizz off from it. Did you hear Dave gave 6.5 stars? Yeah, did you hear I don't give a fuck about David? How about I start putting fucking 5, 6, 7, 10 fucking amplified elbows for every match, huh? I'll amplify elbow every fucking match. She's worried about fucking that. MJF, my boy, he fucking said in the middle of an Iron Man match, looks at the camera and talks shit to Dave Meltzer. And then you wonder why Dave Meltzer and his little fucking Alvarez and that whole fucking site gives all the awards because his viewers vote. Gee, I wonder what their viewers are going to be. They're all AEW. You might as well just call them the AEW awards. And that's okay. You're mainly an AEW channel. You're an AEW affiliate. That's fine. But don't call it Pro Wrestling Awards. Meltzer is in bed with AEW. AEW is clearly in bed with Meltzer. They all want the stars. They say it on their fucking programming. Of course, somebody who's been in this industry for decades and somebody like Vince never gave him the time of day, he's fucking jizzing every night at the thought that AEW is even saying his name. And that's not even shade to Dave Meltzer. But you know damn well he's getting off on that shit. And then you sit there and you wonder why they get fucking Booker of the Year when they're going backwards in the ratings. Show of the Year, Company of the Year, Ding Dong of the fucking Year, Janitor of the Year, Catering Crew of the Year, Maintenance Workers of the Year, all AEW. Because we bullshit. We bullshit as fans because it's tribalism. If you love WWE, they can do no wrong. And somebody like BC who calls it out, fuck you, BC. AEW, you wave your fucking AEW flag and you don't want to hear anything wrong with the company. When BC starts waving a red flag and saying there's concern in AEW, earmuffs. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Fuck you, Beasley. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Hey, fuck off, Beasley. Earmuffs. Nobody wants to hear the fucking truth. The wrestlers are playing around on social media. That's all they give a fuck about. If they're not playing video games, they're fucking trying to get fucking, they're trying to selfie in the right light for some fucking likes. That's what's happening, right? Bunny's backstage. Instead of going over a match, she's trying to get the right fucking light. She's got, where's the sun? She's getting in the sunlight. She's trying to get the perfect fucking picture. Hour later, people are trying to go over their match, and Bunny's like, how did this only get 27 likes? I look so sexy in it. If they're not playing video games, they're on their fucking social doohickey machines. So the wrestlers are helping to kill pro wrestling. The fans absolutely are killing pro wrestling because anything entertaining is now looked at as corny and stupid and WWE-ish. We want to see wrestler A in his fucking little tights and wrestler B in his tights, and they're going to do a bunch of sequences and cool moves, and we're going to chant all our chants. Wrestling's awesome. Fight forever. Can this go all night? Dick is so hard. Oh my goodness. Whatever they're going to start chanting in the future, who knows? And then 2 minutes after the match, it's on to the next. They already forgot about the match they just saw because there's nothing to remember. We're like cats, and the wrestlers are toys. And we're just following them like a ping pong ball. And a cat, if you ever wave around a ping pong ball, they're going to chase that shit. We're just watching a fucking ping pong exhibition. And when it's all said and done, you can't tell me you remember any fucking sequences or you're ever going to watch that match again. At what point have we seen enough 7-star clangers? Fuck that shit. I will take a Bray Wyatt Firefly Funhouse over a fucking Dan Garcia, Dante Martin match any fucking day. If you think that professional wrestling was ever about wrestler A versus wrestler B for no fucking reason doing sequences, you don't know wrestling. And I really wish you would do your fucking research, man. And you say, well, but you say it's wrestling in 2023. You got to get with the times, man. Look at the ratings. Look at the metrics. Look at the interest. Look at the buzz. Every which metric you look at is down. So your wrestling in 2023 looks like it's a failure. Looks like BC Amplified was right all along. All along. Here we are, 2 weeks before WrestleMania. Every show this week was down. Even SmackDown. And SmackDown did not put on a good show, by the way. It was absolutely on autopilot. Monday Night Raw was on cruise control. Literally, WWE is cruising into WrestleMania. They stopped giving a fuck. AEW at least tried to add some entertaining segments in. Again, I wasn't able to watch the fucking show. Maybe I'll be able to in the next few days. But what I saw and what I read, they added some entertainment. But by then, you already lost a big chunk of your core audience because you've been bad for so long. So it used to be 950 was their top. Now it's 850. The last 5 out of 6 weeks, they're fucking around 850, 833, 822 at one point, 824. That's not good. 16 nights away from Mania, 2 weeks. And every fucking company, every show is going backwards. This is peak season, guys. Can we just be fucking honest? Sir Charles, I appreciate that. Marie, I appreciate that. A little bit of fucking honesty. And I've been way more... Unit, can you back me up on this, please? For those that have not caught BC in a minute. Because I know some of you have these, what do you call them? Lives, whatever. So you can't catch every BC vid. I understand. And I've been pumping out a lot of amped up podcasts. This week alone, I pumped out like fucking 7 or 8 of these bitches, man. Each of them like an hour long. So thank you to everyone that's caught in every single one of them, by the way. Thank you for everyone that's been smashing the up on all of them and showing the love. I really do appreciate that. A lot of time and energy and work is going into them, man. I really love doing them. I really wanted to do a show where I just fucking shoot the shit for like a full hour on a consistent basis, and that's what I've been doing. But can you guys back me up on this, man? Have I not been a lot more, I don't know about nicer, but more positive the last couple of months, correct? I mean, I see a pulse in WWE with the Bloodline storyline with Sami Zayn, for instance, and Roman. I love what's happening with Cody and Roman at Mania. The storyline needs a kick in the ass, but I love where they're, the destination of the match. Asuka and Bianca, I've been fucking, I wanted that match for the longest time. Thank you guys, yes. So those are my tried and trues right there. They will tell you if you haven't caught a BC live stream or a video or a podcast in a long time. I've been relatively nicer. Not going out of my way to, but because I've been noticing they're giving a little bit, just a little bit of more of a shit. And when you do that, I just gave AEW a big compliment. Didn't even see Dynamite this week. But from what I heard, in the small clips that I saw, they started with an entertaining segment instead of just a match. They ended with a little bit of a cliffhanger. Good. And even though you want to bash it, the QT TV type shit, it's 3.5 minutes of harmless fun. mocking TMZ. It's entertaining. And it entertains a lot of us fans because we just don't want to see 2 hours of wrestler A and wrestler B. Oh, I'm sorry. Gymnast A and gymnast B do a bunch of trampoline gymnastics. A lot of us don't want to see that. And they still went down because now you're going to have to get everybody that weren't watching for the longest time. You have to now let them know that, hey, you're going to be more entertaining. Please come back and give my product a chance. WWE has to do that because Raw fans refused to come back even when it was better. AEW was, I thought, decent Wednesday from what I've heard in the clips that I saw. I may watch the show and think it was horrible, but from what I'm hearing and what I saw, I think it was better entertaining-wise. But just like WWE on Raw, you're going to have to give your audience a reason to come back. You're going to have to consistently put on good shows. And the last 2 weeks for Raw, even though they've had a pulse, they went backwards. Their product started to suck again. Monday Night Raw started to suck. Man, it is so sad, man. This podcast, I was going to go live, man. I decided that a couple of hours ago. But I was going to go with I put up so many amped up podcasts this week, man. And there were so many topics that we covered that I was just going to go over them live with you guys, kind of a recap. And, once I got the AEW rating in, I was like, what is happening, man? Every show has dropped. The interest is at an all-time low, and we're coming off one of the best wrestling storylines I've ever seen. It's almost like even when you start to give a fuck, you were bad for so long, the industry was bad for so long, that fans are like, all right. We culminated the Sammy thing. We saw the best of it at Rumble. Elimination Chamber, we saw a little bit of, I'm all set. AEW, I have no idea. They lost 100,000 of their niche. I don't know how they get that back other than consistently trying to show casuals as well why they should give a fuck. But 16 nights away from WrestleMania. Guys, this is sad to see. The last thing I wanted to do was fucking rant for 47 minutes about how dramatically bad pro wrestling is right now. Especially when I think it has shown signs of life finally. It has gotten a pulse. But that shows you how far away they are from getting their audience back, or how many times they have burned the bridge with their audience. And we just give the excuses. AEW, NBA is always the excuse, right? For WWE Raw was always Monday Night Football. Football is gone, and they were 2,000 away from a 1.6. Or being in the 1.6s, guys. They just hit 1.7. No football. AEW was a basketball game, basically. But what? Then fucking take the viewership from them. Attitude Era, we were taking fucking a chunk. Fucking kicking ass in demos with the fucking NFL, bro. Do you guys realize in the Attitude Era, Vince Russo and the boys were beating the fuck out of football? You don't curl up in a ball and say, we gotta wait 18 weeks, man. We gotta wait till football's done. What? AEW and NBA basketball. Now, college basketball guys also beat them this week. So now you're going to hear college basketball, NCAA, road to the Final Four. Oh, how about fucking a Bravo show? Vanderbilt, Vanderpumps. Bravo! Bravo! What the hell's the excuse for Bravo? World Baseball Classic. Baseball's supposed to be declining in the ratings. Not when AEW is the competition. Makes World Classic Baseball look fucking like a gold mine. And you'll have people that'll just go, all of it, Beasley. All of it's the reason the rating was lower. Because they were all going to... Beasley, you got to think realistically. AEW wasn't going to be all of that, but why? So couldn't they beat one of them? They couldn't beat fucking Vanderbilt? Or whatever the fuck the show's called on Bravo? They couldn't beat that at least? World Baseball Classic? You're a pro wrestling show. You should be the destination. When I was growing up Monday nights, it didn't matter. It didn't matter if somebody was going to offer you the world. You said, nope, I got to be home watching Nitro and Raw. Didn't matter if you could go on a date with the hottest woman in the world. Okay, maybe if it's like a Pam Anderson or something, maybe you got to ditch Nitro and Raw. But dude, it didn't matter. You were taking your date and you were watching Raw and Nitro. They were going to learn that on Monday nights, you'll do whatever they want. You'll go to a fucking flower and garden festival, botanical gardens. You'll go watch the Titanic in theaters and shed a tear with them. You'll fucking listen to a fucking romance novel. But on Monday nights, my ass is watching Nitro and Raw. And if that's a problem, das Boot. These days, no. We just come up with excuses. Well, there's never going to be NFL football, basically. Basically, it's Monday Night Football. You're being outrageous. I was never going to beat that. Basically, they're never going to be NBA basketball, basically. It's NBA basketball. Basically, they're never going to be NHL hockey. It's NHL hockey. Basically, it's a Bravo show, man. Bravo channel. It's 2023. A lot more people have come out, basically, and they like Bravo. It's never going to end. Never is it going to end. The Many Adventures of Winnie the Pooh comes on fucking Disney Plus and starts whooping their ass. It's Winnie the Pooh, basically. It's everybody's childhood. Boy Meets World comes back in reruns. So it's Boy Meets World. Mr. Feeney is teaching us a lesson tonight, basically. Mr. Feeney over it tops Tony Khan. And instead of being honest, we just come up with bullshit. Right? I tried to tell you guys every fucking week, Monday Night Raw is not in the shitter ratings-wise because of football. It has nothing to do with football. It's because their shows suck. Football is gone, and they almost pulled into the 1-6s this week. They just barely got a 1-7. The wrestlers don't give a fuck. They just want to get out of the ring so they can go on their fucking social medias and argue with fans or see if they're beloved or see how many fucking stars David gave them. See if people are speaking positively about them. And then the next day, it doesn't fucking matter. They ain't gonna fix shit. They already know how to do all their flips and their dives, so they're gonna play 7 hours of fucking video games. And when they're fucking called out on it, they're gonna say, well, mental health is important. It's the most important thing, and this helps me stay stress-free. Because that's what we do in 2023. We rest. Everything is a crutch. So we take real issues like mental health issues, right? That's a real thing, no question. And then you have the people that just abuse it. And then when people really, they do need a fucking a day just to fucking recalibrate, you know? Well, so many people have already abused it that you just look like a fucking, you just look like a little bitch at that point. Right? Because everybody else is just using the same fucking excuse. The fuck are you talking about? You need a stress a recalibration day. What are you talking about? You need a mental health day. What do you mean you need to fucking relieve some fucking stress? Get out there and go to work! Like we've done for decades. Work on your character. Protect it. Do more than just flips and dives. Make us give a flying fuck about you when you come through the curtain. I cannot tell you how many wrestlers today, guys. I cannot tell you how many wrestlers. I said, and I want you to listen to this. I am telling every one of you now, the 300 plus now, the thousands that'll find this live stream later, which all of you, even if you're not catching live, you better smash that fucking up because we getting amplified. I'm telling you right now, I cannot tell you how many wrestlers, I don't care if it's WWE, AEW, the local bingo hall, MLW, CGW, BST, FWC, FFF, WTF. I don't give a fuck what letters you make your little organization. I cannot tell you how many motherfuckers do nothing for me when they come through the curtain. No reaction? That's only half of it. I literally have no fucking feeling. I don't give a shit. I don't even know a lot of these wrestlers' theme music anymore. The theme music hits, I don't know who the fuck it is. Back in the day, when you heard if you ever took a trip down to Cobb County, Georgia, better watch your step. You'll be serving hard time. You know it was the Big Boss Man, bro. When it comes crushing down and it hurts and say, you knew it was Hulk Hogan, bro. Dun. The gongs are hitting. You knew it was The Undertaker. The glass shattered. You knew it was Stone Cold. If you smell, you knew it was The Rock. Y2J. The Ultimate Warrior. Dun, dun, dun. Savage. Randy Savage. Chris Benoit, right? Or it's similar to Kevin Owens, but you get the fucking point. Eddie Guerrero, a lie, I cheat, I steal, a lie, I cheat, I steal. You know all of the man, it resonated, man. You felt something before you even saw the wrestler's head come through the fucking curtain. The music alone got us on our fucking feet, bro. The place would go ballistic with music alone. The music is so generic these days. The wrestlers are booked so pathetically. I don't even know half of the wrestlers' theme music. That's number one. Number two, whether I do or I don't, when they come through the curtain, I have zero give a fucks to allow myself to give. I give no flying fucks. I could put a fuck on a fucking, on a little fucking, one of those old paper airplanes, and I could shoot that fuck right over to a wrestler. But because I don't give the flying fuck, I'll fucking wipe my ass with that paper airplane, and I will put the fuck back in my pocket. Because I'm not giving the fuck to the wrestler. Because I don't give it. And guys, I'm talking about superstars. I'm talking about guys like Bob Lashley. Bobby Lashley. Dun 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 dun. Spotlight goes on and there he is like this on his little podium. And you know my fucking you know how much interest and excitement gets raised? Like if it's at a zero, my interest and my excitement, and then all of a sudden I hear Bobby Lashley's music hits and he's there at the podium. My interest and excitement that was at a zero when I see Bobby, it goes to a negative 27. And by the time he hits the ring, it's at a negative 81. Drew McIntyre. I cannot tell you how many fucks that I don't give when Drew McIntyre comes to it. And that's sad. He's a superstar, and he's one of the nicest, one of the best dudes in the industry. You won't hear anybody say a bad word about Drew McIntyre. And this motherfucker does nothing. He could come down with his sword, Angela. He could come down with a shovel named Derek. He could have an ice pick named Douglas. And it won't fucking matter. He could come in a kilt, a skirt, snow pants, Steve Urkel suspenders. I wouldn't give a fuck. Because the company doesn't give a fuck how you book them the last fucking how many years. About to hit 200 on the ups. I need a couple more to hit that 200. I appreciate it. Nobody gives a fuck about these people, man. These should be superstars. We should fucking care. We should get a feeling, right, when they come through the curtain. We don't. Maybe if you're live, right, you paid the ticket, you're around other like-minded people, right, you're trying to have a good night. You're at a wrestling event, okay, you know, when you're there, maybe it's a little different. But if you're sitting at home, bro, you remember when the glass shattered or when The Rock came out or Hulk Hogan or Warrior or Savage, Undertaker, even H. You remember, man, the feeling, right? Without even knowing it, you kind of fucking slipped over to the edge of your seat, right? You didn't even realize it. By the end of Raw, something amazing was happening, a cliffhanger for the ages, and you were fucking at the edge of your seat. And when it faded to black, you were like, what the fuck? I gotta wait 7 days to see this? Or if SmackDown was doing the conclusions of Raw back when they were working together, you were like, oh man, I gotta wait till fucking Thursday or Friday. SmackDown moved all the time. It was on Tuesdays, Thursdays, Fridays. But you're like, I want to see more now. That's how great the shows were. And you cared about everyone and everything. These days, who the fuck are you giving a fuck about? I understand, okay, there's a few now. Edge. That's why I say Raw had a pulse if they just booked their shows correctly. Edge, but he's attitude error, so that's no shocker. Cody, for sure, is the new face of WWE. Sami Zayn coming off one of the biggest fucking storylines in pro wrestling history. Roman crushing it as a heel. 4. I don't know if there's a 5th, right? Do we even have a handful of WWE guys that make people jump out of their seat when they come through the curtain? Is there anybody that I'm missing? And I love Bray Wyatt. I guess you could put Bray in there, but that's like more like Undertaker. When Undertaker used to come out, instead of just becoming unglued, you were more in awe. If you ever go to a live event or just study the crowd at home, when Bray's out, everybody is in awe, guys. Cell phones out, jaws dropped. So it's a little different. There is nobody, right? KO is no way. KO's not large. No way. KO is nowhere near larger than life. Macho Man, Warrior, Hogan, Undertaker, Triple H. KO is nowhere near that, guys. Sorry to say, and you know I'm right. Kevin Owens is nowhere near larger than life or makes you give a fuck. If you jump out of your seat for Kevin Owens, it's time to raise your standard just a little bit, right? Could he be? Possibly. Some would say Kevin Owens should be. But blame the way he's been booked. Yeah, but JR9, Gunther's nowhere near making people become unglued, man. Gunther is nowhere near larger than life. He has a good chance of being a really badass heel, right? Already started the process. What they do with him over the next 13 to 16 months is going to decide everything. But is Gunther ever going to come through the curtain and people are jumping out of their seat in awe? Because Roman Reigns, man, people are excited to see that bitch. He's a fucking heel, and people are like, oh, fuck, we the ones. And then when the bell rings, they remember, oh, yeah, I'm supposed to hate this bitch. LA Knight. Dude, somebody said LA Knight. LA Knight for sure. I mean, he's got all the tools, bro. Do you guys realize he lost 20 out of his last 21 matches, man? He's only won 1 out of his last 20, basically, 21. LA Knight has lost 20 out of his last 21 matches. Yeah. Let me talk to you. Yeah. I love LA Knight, bro. And if you want to go to AEW, ask the same question. Who's making you jump out of your seat? Who's larger than life? Freshly squeezed orange juice Cassidy? Why is Dan Garcia wrestling every single Wednesday night, it seems? When there's so much talent that can't even get on the show, so much talent that is misused, but Daniel Garcia is wrestling every fucking Wednesday night, all 106 pounds of him. If I was eating one of my big fucking bowls of Frosted Mini Wheats or fucking Cheerios in the morning, I get a nice big fucking bowl. If Dan Garcia accidentally fell into my bowl, I'd eat the son of a bitch because I wouldn't see him in there. You ever see Honey, I Shrunk the Kids? The dad's trying to find the kid's that he shrunk accidentally, and the kid winds up in the middle of his Cheerio like it's a fucking floaty in the lazy river. And he's about to eat his own son. Dan Garcia would be in my fucking belly. But he's wrestling every Wednesday. What the fuck do you see in Dan Garcia if you think he's... I want Dan Garcia fans to tell me what makes him larger than life that he deserves every Wednesday night. Please tell me. I know we're all cracking up in here too, man. Even BC's holding back the laughter, man, because I gotta entertain, obviously. But amidst fucking cracking up, making myself fucking laugh, I'm actually being honest, though. Like, does Dan Garcia move anybody's needle? I guess if you're a Dan Garcia fan, right? I mean, everybody's got their fans, right? Even Charlie Flair, for instance. Charlie's the best in the world. Okay. Everybody's got their fans, but aside from just diehard fans, tried and trues, I mean, Dan Garcia every fucking week, the fucking Martin brothers every week, while FTR couldn't even be booked fucking semi-properly in 2022. But we gotta see Dante and Darius. Action Andretti got more time than FTR, Miro, and Malachi Black collectively in 2022. And he only wrestled 3 times. Action Andretti gets more airtime. And nobody's larger than... Who the fuck is making you bounce out of your seat in AEW? That's the problem. We don't have larger than life characters. So you get somebody like Undertaker that's trying to raise the red flag, by the way. Who was that? Savage, 1024 The Punisher. Member for 2 months, bro. Savage. I appreciate, man. I hope you got that gold card activated tenfold because we are amplified in this live stream. Savage, appreciate your 2-month membership, dude. Undertaker, just all's the Undertaker says is we don't have people caring about developing their character anymore. And even if they do, they don't protect it. And everybody wants to come at him because he called it the video game era. We all agree that he's the best fucking character in the history of ever for pro wrestling. So why not learn and take advice from the best to ever do it? You wonder why wrestling's in the shitter? Because people don't want to take advice from people like The Undertaker. So many people in AEW just want to get backstage after their match so they can see how many fucking stars Dave Meltzer gave them. Anthony Boley, I appreciate the 3-month membership, dude. More entertaining than 90% of the wrestling today, BC. I appreciate that, Anthony. I appreciate the 3-month membership, man. That means a lot. Every month throwing a coffee over to the channel. All my gold card members up in the chat, dude. Thank you so much for the coffee every month, man. You don't need to do that, and it's an honor for me to instill that gold card to you guys, man. All my channel members, to you guys, salute. To all my red team, even if you're not a channel member, even if you don't throw BC a coffee every month, to my red team as a whole, appreciate you guys listening to this over-hour rant, they're going to call it, right? When you're a content creator and you drop a plethora of minutes of truth, they call it a rant. I just say this is just a normal BC conversation. We're just being fucking honest, man. Bottom line, dude. Let me get a swig of coffee if you don't mind, guys. Salute to everybody up in the chat, man. And to the thousands that are going to catch this later. I know for some reason the tube does not put this into the algorithm when we're live. I don't know why. They shaft us. But afterwards, because of you guys smashing that up, it does enter the algorithm. Thousands of people are able to at least, they can make the choice if they want to watch it. That's thanks to you guys. To the thousands in the future that were not able to catch this live, I still want to give you guys a salute as well. And you guys are not off the hook. Future crowd, my future audience, you still got to smash the up. Do your due diligence as an amplified unit, member, or sub. Salute to my unit, man. All right, that's really good, and I want to get even more amplified if that's possible, so I'm going to get another fucking swig. Unit, I want to bring you guys in on this, man. I'm on a delay, but I can at least hopefully see a lot of answers. What do you guys think is also, or if you want to reiterate some of the facts that I just dropped in the last hour and 8 minutes plus, what do you think is destroying pro wrestling in 2023? Why are the ratings, the buzz, the metrics, the interest down so badly 2 weeks before WrestleMania? What's supposed to be our peak season for wrestling is at one of its lowest points ever. What do you guys think, man? Maybe it's something BC didn't even think of. A wisdom of Charlie, no doubt, man. So I make this joke all the time. Back in the 80s, there was a song, Video Killed a Radio Star. In 2023, 2022, 2021, I've been saying, social media killed the wrestling star. And it's really not just social media, it's how the wrestlers use it. They shouldn't even be on it if you're asking BC. Fuck promoting yourself. You want to promote yourself, do it in the ring. Your actions will speak louder than your words. Ash Steggles, no fucking doubt, man. And they've been lacking care for storytelling and character development for years. That's the biggest issue. Ozzy, no fucking doubt, 5 years plus. No kayfabe is crushing it to a almost unmanageable degree. Richard Rodriguez, man, absolutely crushing it. You are so right. Yeah, Yellow Rose, 1,000,000,000%. I'm okay with Roman missing a show here and there, right? It does keep a top star much more special. When you have 2 fucking titles and you basically have a pay-per-view every month or 2, bro, there's no more time for that. 1 show a month, 1 or 2 maybe, 2 shows, okay. But every fucking show going forward, Yellow Rose is correct. Roman Reigns needs to be fucking showing up. Pushing the wrong wrestlers for sure, Strict Tango. Dante, no doubt with the social media. Same champions, feuds, there's no new approaches. Otis Linkman, fucking 1,000,000,000%. Lack of compelling, says storylines and characters, says Tony. Thank you, man. Overexposed. Fucking everything, Justin. You are correct. Redundancy, says Tembi. The booking is horrendous, says Steve. Kayfabe is absolutely extinct. TK has not helped a damn thing, Sir Charles. Only when he wants to, James, exactly. So you guys fucking, the doofus son-in-law, says Johnny Thunder. You and your doofus son-in-law. What do you call Stephanie? Your idiotic daughter and your doofus son-in-law. Fucking Philip Brooks. The Clangers, the fucking Clangers, lazy. Derek Fleming, no doubt, man. Vince sitting in Gorilla, period, Joe, no doubt. Yeah, it should not be a month or 2 before he shows up to Raw, Beast, especially when you're fucking on a storyline that involves the top face of the company who's on Monday Night Raw, and Roman's just missing all of these Raws. We're 2 weeks away from Mania. Nothing is protected, Joseph, not a damn thing. It's Bruce's fault, Unique Butterfly. Just blame Bruce Pritchard. I love you. We don't care. Fuck you. Unique Butterfly. Too funny. So, guys, thank you for fucking at least understanding, man. That's what I wanted to get at. I mean, you guys, I asked you one question 2 minutes ago, and you guys came flying out with a plethora of shit as to why wrestling sucks today. And you know what I love? Not one of these answers. Nothing that my amplified unit, whether you see a gold card after their name, whether they're gold members, channel members, or they're just straight out from the beginning, red team go subs. Every single person, you know what they had in common? Nobody used an excuse that they're up against stiff competition. Not one of my amplified unit members said, well, the biggest reason why wrestling sucks today is basketball, BC. Football, basically. Hockey. Bravo's Vanderpump, bitch. Whatever it's called. Whatever show is beating AEW these days. I'm Bravo. You notice nobody said that shit. Michael, kick ass at work. Thanks for listening in while you're at work, bro. Have you noticed that nobody is coming up with an excuse? I asked a simple question, and that's what I love about this channel. That's what I love about my amplified unit. Whether you're a straight up subscriber or you took it another level and you are a gold card member, what I love about every single one of you, you understand the problem and we address it so we can help to solve it whenever called upon. But if we don't address the real facts and the truth, we're just a part of the problem, not the solution. So I asked a simple question. What do you guys think are some of the big reasons why the numbers are where they are and the interest is so low? And you guys came up with some fucking awesome shit. And not one of you came up with a fucking excuse. Thank you. I truly mean that, man. When I first asked it, I wasn't doing like a fucking little experiment. I wasn't. After a few seconds, I thought, this is going to be interesting. Let's see if somebody wants to come up with an excuse. Salute, man. I appreciate that. I'll get off the subject a little bit, guys. We went over an hour just talking about how sad of a state pro wrestling is in. And this wouldn't be... It seems like once a year we have to have these type of live streams. It's like a State of the Union address for pro wrestling. And it's amazing that this year we're having it during WrestleMania season. 16 nights away from WrestleMania. 2 weeks away. And wrestling as a whole is at one of its lowest peaks ever. I'm stunned as to how everybody made it get this far, man. From the promoters to the talent to even a lot of fans. And nobody knows how to get the train back on the track. It's been derailed and nobody knows how to get it back on track. Car went off the fucking road and nobody has a number to any tow truck. So did you guys hear about Vince McMahon, right? Let's switch topics a little bit. Vince McMahon, I told you guys I was the one to break this shit. Hours before Sean Ross Sapp. No disrespect to Mr. Sean Ross Sapp, but I broke this hours before anybody in the wrestling world. Vince McMahon was backstage 2 weeks ago at Raw. And did you guys hear what we're hearing? This is supposed to be reputable, man. Two separate reputable sources told Justin Barrasso from Sports Illustrated to the point where he felt comfortable enough to tell in his article for Sports Illustrated exactly what he heard. Vince McMahon supposedly, now you guys, Amp Unit, you guys tell me if you think this was Vince trying too hard to show people that he doesn't care for an ulterior motive, or do you think he truly was at Gorilla not giving a fuck about what was happening on the show? You guys tell me, because this is what we're hearing. Vince McMahon was at Gorilla. Paul Levesque is far left. The far left seat used to be Vince. That's who's running the show. Bruce Pritchard, I love you, is far right. Vincent Kennedy is in the middle of Gorilla. Now, what we're hearing is that Vince would barely look up. He was in his phone most of the night. Wrestlers would come back, have a little chat when they came through the curtain to ask H how their performance was, any notes, right? Same thing Vince used to do. And the word that we're hearing is that Vince McMahon would barely even lift his head up when wrestlers would talk to H when they came back through the curtain. Do you think he really just didn't give a fuck about the show or creative, or do you think he was just trying to set everybody's mind at ease so that the report getting out was he didn't give a fuck? He was just in his phone. What do you guys think? I really don't know. I'm 50-50 on it, man. I definitely know for a fact that he has a lot of say in creative still, especially for WrestleMania. I do, however, think that H has a shit ton now of control over creative. But I do think that Vince still, absolutely, I know for a fact, just some of the things that I see and some of the people that are being pushed and how they are. But do you guys think that he was going out of his way to make it too obvious that he was trying to pull everyone's chain, man? That he gave a fuck, but he didn't want to make it too obvious? Or do you think he was literally just like playing fucking Candy Crush on his phone and not giving a fuck about what was happening in the ring? Strict Tango says it seems like he just didn't care. Majid says he just didn't care. Crazy Country says he didn't care. Jared9 says it sounds like Vince. Vince definitely didn't care at all. So you guys don't think he's got any... He doesn't want anything to do with creative or nothing then, huh? He just didn't care about what was happening. I was thinking a little bit more that he did care. And he's just trying to make it look like he didn't. Because every wrestler was saying the same thing. That like he looked disinterested and in his phone the whole night. Interesting, man. It's interesting to hear how you guys feel about it. Maybe Vince is on his way out of creative then, man. If you guys think he really just didn't give a fuck. I just don't trust the son of a bitch. So I can't trust it. I just felt like he was just playing it on too heavy. Trying to make everybody think that he didn't give a fuck. Meanwhile, he's actually pulling a lot of the strings. Very odd, though, man. I mean, you're sitting at Gorilla and you just don't give a fuck at all about your baby that you fucking spent every ounce of your day for decades. Interesting, man. Yeah, I don't know. The mustache, man. The infamous mustache. I wonder if he really did, man. Conflicting reports on Roxanne Perez. I think it's just a storyline. JR9, what are you hearing about Roxanne, bro? What the fuck is conflicting? It's a storyline, obviously. It's the old Shawn Michaels, Owen Hart story. I don't understand what happened with Roxanne Perez. I mean, they're saying maybe she has an underlining issue, and that's why they did that. Then why the fuck did she go through one of the most brutal battles ever with Satomura? I mean, if there was an underlining issue, you wouldn't have her go to war with Satomura in what I call one of the fucking female wrestling matches of the year. Roxanne will enter the ladder match at Stand and Deliver. Yeah, thank you, JR9. So these conflicting reports are just a couple of numbnuts that don't know what they're talking about, correct? Very good, man. Yeah, it's a bunch of fucking... I mean, it's a storyline. That's pretty fucking obvious, man. Come on. You gotta be stupid to think that. What do you guys think about Garcia's in AEW? Yes or no? Give me your yes or no in the chat, man. This is the portion of the show, the amped up, because we're going toward an hour and a half, and I want to get to my super chats. There was a lot of you guys. So I want to make sure I save enough time to shoot the shit with my unit that threw BC an extra coffee. I will always make sure that you guys get that proper shout out. But this is the portion of the show where I kind of want to take some of the big things that I talked about in a whole week's worth of amped up podcasts. And again, thank you for every single one of you that caught every amped up podcast. We went about an hour in every show this week. Yesterday, we put up 2 separate amped up podcasts. So I kind of want to go over a lot of those topics real quick, man. Rapid fire. A lot of you guys are saying, hell no. Listen, guys, I'm with you. You know why? It's no disrespect to the Bellas and Garcias. I told you guys in 2 separate amped up podcasts recently. Everybody dogs them out, but I love the fact that even though WWE absolutely catapulted their career, you still have to have the right attitude. You have to have the right work ethic. You have to have a badass work ethic. You have to kick ass from sun up to sundown. The Bellas, the Garcias do that, Nikki and Brie. So I give them a round of applause. They bust their ass. But guys, I'm telling you right now, they do not fit in AEW. And I know Nikki, I think it was, just recently said, don't worry guys, we're not going to AEW, please stop. So Nikki's already trying to assure people that they're not going. But you never say never in this industry. So, I mean, if you're seriously calling yourself an alternative, if you think about AEW in a nutshell, how the fuck are you going to have the Bellas come in, the Garcias, and everyone's going to try to act like that's exactly what AEW is all about? Stop it. I already think it's goofy as fuck that the Big Show is there. Or Jeffrey Jarrett. Even Mark Henry. Even though he doesn't do too much, so I don't mind him if he's on like a rampage saying, and now it's time for our main event. But if you're telling me we're going to watch a Dynamite where Jeff Jarrett's wrestling, Big Show, because he's coming back from his injury, that's right, he just gets to AEW and he already gets injured. Whoa! So you're going to have a night where Jeffrey Jarrett's wrestling, Big Show, and what, Garcia Bella twins? No shade. They bust their ass in all their endeavors. They took an opportunity that was given to them, and they rocked it out of the park. But they don't fit in AEW. That's the problem. So I agree with you guys. I don't see them in AEW in the future. I just don't. They don't fit. It's like an AEW talent that doesn't fit going to WWE. Did you guys come up with an AEW talent that would never work in WWE, please, guys? Who wouldn't work? I'll tell you what I would love to do. A player swap. Ricochet to AEW, and Tony, you give WWE Kenny Omega. Kenny Omega right now, what is he, 40 years old? Something like that, right? His body's starting to break down a little bit. I think he really right now needs to be in programs with like Finn Balor, AJ Styles. I think Kenny Omega in WWE, Cody Rhodes. That sounds so fun right now, man. I think it would benefit Kenny Omega. Send Ricochet to AEW and have him put on clangers with fucking Penta and everybody else. Lee Moriarty. Oh my goodness. Could you imagine that, dude? That might be one of them. Darby Allin. I don't know. He might be able to work in WWE. Peter Avalon. There is no, but I can't even. Wardlow, man, did you see QT Marshall, man? The QTV. QT Marshall fucking called him like a bootleg Batista or something last night. What the shit? Jungle Boy Jack Perry. I don't know. It's harder, isn't it? It's harder to AEW to WWE because we've seen so many fucking sideshow circus freaks in WWE that you could pretty much take anybody in AEW. You could take a Luchasaurus and somehow Vince would make something or try to. It's harder for WWE to AEW and actually make it work because they claim that they were an alternative from fucking day one. So it's much harder, I think, to swap that. But Kenny Omega in WWE, I think that's the fucking right call. There's nothing left for him in you see how well Cody does in WWE. You saw how much he struggled in AEW. The crowd was starting to turn on him. Kenny Omega has gotten nothing in AEW. He's been in a tag team for a full year with Hangman Page. Now he's in a fucking weird trios. A lot of people think it's because his body is breaking down and he really can't be in too many matches by himself these days. If that's the case, go to WWE, take the lighter fucking schedule. You guys are not going to want to hear that, I know, man. Omega? Fuck that, man. He's AEW for life. Stop. If he can pull a few fucking years in WWE, let him fucking have a match with AJ and Finn and Cody and a few others. Put on some dream matches, get a fucking high-octane match at a WrestleMania. He can always go back. But for anybody that says he's got to be in AEW, what the fuck is he doing for you, huh? Is this trio shit real? I mean, look at the finish of that match last night, that main event. Nobody even fucking clapped. It was the most silent I've ever heard a finish. House of Black wins this match in this fucking triple trios match, and nobody gave a fuck. And that's a fucking Kenny Omega match. Anthony, I'll one-up you. Trios is beyond trash. Trios fucking sucks. I wish we could take the Trios division, fucking wrap up on a ball, shine it up real nice. No. Don't shove it up a fucking ass. Take it and throw it where the 24/7 title was thrown. Right into the fucking garbage. Fucking stupid. I'll say it right now. I absolutely hope Kenny Omega goes to fucking WWE so he can have the matches that I would love to see before his body fully breaks down. Fucking the dream matches in AEW. They're probably going to be fucking circus gymnastic fests. I want to see Penta and Omega. Put that on the fucking marquee. See how many asses get into the seats. Yeah, crazy country, no question. I actually enjoyed the ending when Hangman was fucking, he didn't know the Elite was behind him, and Mox and them fucking got out of the ring, and Hangman's like, I got so much power, you're all leaving, you know? And he starts to think, maybe someone's behind, right? And he turns around, and the crowd's going nuts because we're thinking, for the longest time, he's just playing around with his friends, the Dark Order. No, he's got other friends, the Elite. I thought that was actually well done. That got 87 billion% more of a reaction than the finish. Guys, I'm not even kidding. It's sad because I have so much respect for Malachi. When House of Black won that match last night, do yourself a favor and check it out. I have never, and I've seen Tamina Snuka matches live. I've seen Dana Brooke matches live. I've seen Drew Gulak matches live. And I've never heard a crowd that silent when a main event ended or any match. It was sad, man. And that's the thing, too. They can't even book the tag team division correctly. So, I mean, and then you go and get a trios division. It's reckless. Book your tag team division properly. FTR was clearly one of the best tag teams in the world in 2022. And Tony Khan wouldn't even put them on Dynamite. And then you wonder why they were pissed off. You're fucking switching titles when the Acclaimed are at their peak in terms of fucking reaction and momentum, and you put the fucking titles on Gun Club in case FTR might come. Okay, there's a billion ways you could have done that better, bro. You don't just ruin the Acclaim's momentum. And then you just have this trios division, which just... And then the referee sits in the corner, and the referee has no control because now you have 6 guys. There's no tags anymore, guys. There's no tags in AEW, so everybody's in there, right? Everybody is just doing their spots. And you can't sell properly because you have to get up for the next person's spot. And then you have to get up so you can do your spot. And then everybody's got to go outside the ring and hold each other, look up, and fucking wait till you see a human body fall so you can all catch them, and everybody looks like an idiot. So you know the spot when the other 5 out of the 6 people are outside and they're all holding their arms? Like they're fucking praying to the Almighty, either God or Bobby Lashley, one of them, but some Almighty. And they're all like worshiping something. Oh, and they're just waiting for a human body to jump off the turnbuckle, and then all 6 of them fall like dominoes or bowling ball pins. And then everybody, 10 seconds later, is back in the ring. The referee has no control. The referee, Aubrey Edwards, is in the corner doing the fucking Macarena and shit. Macarena. Hey, Macarena. I don't know what the fuck she's doing. She's trying to fucking... She's making it seem like she's like actually has Law and Order in control of the match, right? She's like, you get out, you get out. It just looks like the fucking Macarena. Hey, Macarena. Don't you the one they call Megalina. Hey, Macarena. I don't know what the fuck Aubrey Edwards is doing, or referee Bryce. They're in the corner having a fucking seizure or some shit. I don't know if it's a fucking aneurysm. I don't know what they're doing in the corner. They're certainly, they don't have law, order, and control. And the other time, when they're not doing the fucking Macarena or the fucking cha-cha slide, everybody clap your hands. Left foot stomp. Come on, y'all. It's electric. The electric fucking slide when they're not doing any dance routine, guys. The fucking chicken dance. When the referees are not doing a dance, they're fucking absolutely silent in the corner, watching and overreacting to everything. You watch the AEW referees. They overreact to everything. Oh my God, a clothesline. Like they literally just fucking jizzed their pants because of a clothesline. Mox is bleeding. Oh my God. If you take how many times I drop an F-bomb, the word fuck, if you were to count up how many times I say fuck since I've started this channel, Mox bleeding in a match easily takes control of that fucking number. Mox bleeds more than I drop F-bombs. But when Mox bleeds, man, the referee's like, oh my God, he's busted open. His name is Mox. Of course he's busted open. The fuck were you expecting? I would call the fucking FBI. I would call the fucking an investigation team. I would call fucking EMTs. I would call Tony Khan to the ring if Mox had a match and he didn't bleed because something is tragically wrong. I would throw up the X. Medical attention. Mox isn't bleeding. Because maybe he obviously ran out of blood or some shit. Something is wrong. Mox just had a match and he's not bleeding. I can't fucking tell you enough how the referees of AEW especially, man, so not only do you have the circus sideshow matches like the trios where all 6 dudes are flipping and diving, and don't forget what I said earlier, we are basically cats and the wrestlers are toys. So the wrestlers are ping pong balls or a cat toy. And what do you do when you dangle a toy in front of a cat? They go like this until they get it. We're the fans, right? We're going like this when they're flipping and diving. And the referee's in the corner doing the Macarena, Macarena. Or they're fucking overreacting to every fucking move. So the whole thing is a shit fest. And then you want fans like BC to watch this shit. And then you cry and moan and bitch and complain and wonder why your rating is at an 852,000 this week. Stop with the trios bullshit. And if you don't believe me, if you do not believe me that the trios division sucks and nobody gives a fuck, of course a live crowd when you start doing the flippies and the doo-has, yeah, okay, it's a little more exciting live maybe. But if you don't believe, watch the finish of the match last night, that main event. A triple threat trios division match, 9 individuals. Listen, when the match is over, listen to the reaction. There was none. I have never, in the decades that I've been watching professional wrestling, I have never heard an outcome. I have never heard a response. I have never heard a reaction be non-existent like it was in the main event last night. Salud. Hour and 35 minutes of BC barely taking a breath. I am the fucking best in this industry, man. It's a shame that the tube tries to hold us down. The little ECW channel, they don't want us to fucking grow. But you know what? We still the fucking ones, and the rest, they all the twos. I'm leaps and bounds better than everybody else. I don't even need people to tell me that shit. I fucking know it in the soul. Damn! Get amplified! Ah! I got delts tonight, man. I gotta do the fucking delts up, man. I haven't done them in a couple of days. We're gonna be fucking jacked up tonight, man. I'm gonna be throwing people through fucking glass windows. Get off my machine! Unit! Appreciate you, man. Much love, much respect to every single one. I'm going to stick around. I'm going to do some super chats, man. I know there was a lot of them, a lot of coffee being thrown over to BC. I appreciate you guys, man. To my red team, that means all of my subscribers, man. You guys are the absolute best. I want you to know, honestly, man. Thank you. Period. Thank you. Just for fucking taking... Again, the tube tries to hold us down. They don't like the fucking little ECW engine that we are. They think we're too controversial. I get it. They'd rather us not even on the platform. I get it. But you guys make it so worth it, so special. I appreciate it. And to the gold unit, man, all those green names, man, my Packer colors. Green names with the gold card. My channel members, I cannot thank you guys enough for throwing me a coffee every month. You don't got to do that, dude. It's never needed. I appreciate every single one of you. So let me give a big salute before I go over to the supers. Thank you, guys. Y'all, dude. Y'all, dude. Come on, bro. That's y'all. You all the ones. I mean, I'm the one, but you all, man, give your that's your love too, man. You all the ones. I'm not taking off until I read every fucking super and make sure you guys are giving your shout out. So just give me a second if you don't mind. I want to get it on a bigger screen. Because it helps me actually read it. Oh, there was a lot too, man. Hold on, let me go over to Ash Steggles kicked us off, man. Gold card member too, by the way. 20 spot, 1999. Ash, man. I would have it no other way. Ash Steggles kicking it off. I think that was before we even went live too. So Ash Steggles, if you're still up in here, man, I love that shit. BC doesn't even go live. There's 4 coffees being thrown over to the channel. Ash, salute, dude. I haven't done a live stream in over a week, I don't think, too. So it's really good to see all you guys up in here. I've been really pumping out the Amped Up podcast. This is just a live Amped Up podcast. Podcast, I can fucking speak. More coffee, BC. But a lot more coming up, guys. You're going to get like hour-long podcasts. I want it to be longer. I want you guys to be able to have a lot of content every day. Even if you got to chop up 20 minutes here, 20 minutes later on, come back. Listen to the last 20 minutes. But especially around Mania season, I want you guys to have a lot of content. Anyway, Ash Steggles. Thank you, wrestling gods, for the gift that is Friday Night SmackDown. I would say Dynamite and Raw was gifts, but with their ratings all over the shop, I want a refund for them. Yeah, Ash, you know what's sad is that even SmackDown dropped in the ratings down to a 2.3 plus. First of all, Ash, are you still up in here, man, or no? Well, Ash, appreciate you, man. Whether you're still up in here or you're going to check this out later, appreciate the 20 spot, man. Appreciate the coffees. What's sad is that SmackDown, and I told you guys this for the longest time, SmackDown has been holding the wrestling world on its back. It's been the A show. More good than bad for the most part. Or at least more entertaining than any other show. The ratings, the metrics tell us that, right? Doesn't matter if you like it or not, or you like another show better. Ratings, metrics tells us that that's the number one show. But I said, at what point is all this weight on its back finally going to make the back crack, right? And the back is going to break of SmackDown. I think SmackDown's back, and it sucks. Right before Mania, they're losing viewers. But I think we're starting to see a crack, right? A little stress fracture in the back of SmackDown. So, interesting, man. Yeah, JR9, I agree. JR9 Gaming, man. Just without Roman is such a big... It's amazing. You forget until Roman and the Bloodlines music hits and they come through the curtain and they stop and they just do the ones pose. And Paul's there with his fucking just paying homage to Roman, and they're just stuck in that pose for 30 seconds. And you know you're witnessing something special. And it's so obvious when you don't have that. Unfucking real, man. So, Ash Steggles, appreciate it, man. And even SmackDown has to be careful because they're on autopilot the past 2 weeks. This past Friday especially. They got to kick it into high gear. There's only 2 SmackDowns left. Or is it 3? Oh, 3. I'm sorry. The Hall of Fame SmackDown right before Mania is usually lackluster. But, all right, 3. You got to kick it into high gear, man. Colin, $4.99, 5-spot coffee, says, last night, I don't know what happened, but 3 of the pillars don't deserve a title shot because their booking was trash. Is it just me? No, Colin, it's not. I totally understand what you're saying. It's kind of odd how they would just get out there and all of a sudden we're talking about a title picture for Jungle Boy. Darby Allin. Right, Darby Allin just lost the fucking TNT Championship. Jungle Boy was just in a feud with Christian. I don't know if that elevates you to a title match. And then you have, who was the other one? Sammy Guevara has been pretty much irrelevant. However, Colin, I don't mind this at all. This is one of those no harm, no foul, filler type feuds and matches for the champion. And I equate this to Logan Paul versus Roman Reigns, guys, from Saudi Arabia just several months ago. Was that November, JR9? I think it was in November. I don't know. Maybe it was way before that. But the point is, Logan Paul and Roman, everybody bitched and complained. And BC was like, guys, you don't want this to be like an AJ Styles or something where they're just going to lose after 3 weeks of a non-build. AJ Styles looks like a fucking bum. Logan Paul is the perfect exhibition match. He's going to lose. Roman's going to win. They're going to tear it down because you know they're not going to have Logan in there if he can't have a good match. Ended up being one of the matches of the year. But it made sense, right? Because it was just a bridge match to get Roman to where they really wanted him. Going into the Survivor Series and all that. Was that November? Does anybody remember when Logan Paul was that match? All right, and I'm on a delay, so maybe nobody knows anyway. But whenever that Logan Paul match was, it was a bridge. It was just a fill. I mean, they look at that like just a glorified house show, Saudi Arabia. No harm, no foul. I don't know why the wrestling world went berserk. Thank you, guys. November. Eric, Jared, and I, thank you. Everybody started going nuts, and I'm like, this is the perfect match for Roman right now. Just sit back, relax. It's going to be good. And you're not going to drop somebody like AJ Styles for no fucking reason. This is one of those situations. I don't mind this at all. If you want to go a fatal 4-way, just in a fucking, I don't think are they going to do this at a pay-per-view? What do you guys think this fatal 4-way would be if they wanted all 4 of them to have a world title match? Would this just be Dynamite? Did they already say it for next week? Would they keep it off for a month? Would they build this? You think they'll wait all the way to Double or Nothing, Jer9? All right, so, okay, this is no harm, no foul, man. I know Double or Nothing's a big pay-per-view. You would want more. Listen, you're going to make if you do this correctly and you tell the correct story, Darby, Sammy, and fucking Jungle Boy, they will look really good, man. Coming out of this feud, none of them should win. MJF has to walk away with the title, but you do it in a way where they gain stock. There's victory in defeat sometimes. I look at this as no harm, no foul, man. I really don't mind this. This is an out-of-the-box decision from Tony Khan, and I don't mind it, man. Like, let's ball. And I don't even like schmaz matches. But you know for a fact that MJF knows for a fact that he's going to have a long title reign. Instead of just going through motherfuckers one-on-one and making them look silly, let's think outside the box. I don't mind this. AEW doesn't really do this that often. Fatal 4-ways for their world title. I can't count any others. Can you guys? How many other Fatal 4-ways in 4 years has AEW had for a championship? Maybe I was missing one. Not tag teams or anything. World title, guys. I'm on a delay, like I said. If anybody knows of another one, let me know. But I don't mind this. This is outside the box. I've never seen anything from Tony like this for the world title. Anyway, Colin, salute, man. I'm a little mixed on that. JL, triple 220s, man. So roughly a 7 spot. Couple of Dunkin' coffees over to BC. Thanks for the coffee, JL. Salute, bro. Let me give you a swig on all 3 of the coffees. JL says, Breaker carrying NXT. The crowd disrespects him. Are they really against him? JR9, what's the reaction to Breaker usually? Does he catch a lot of hate, man? Do the fans not really get behind Breaker? Oh, once at Forbidden Door, there was a Fatal 4. Okay, thank you, guys. JR9 says, it's like 3 guys booing Breaker. Maybe they're just the loud vocal minority. Yeah, I don't know, JL. I always thought, it doesn't matter what they chant or if they cheer or boo him. Braun Breaker is the real fucking deal, and he gonna be massive. I'm looking forward to, like, Gunther versus Braun Breaker in the future, man. Matches like that. JL says, do you think a double turn should happen? Braun and Mello. Braun Breaker and Mello. No. Because I think when Braun Breaker does drop that strap anyway, it's over to the main roster, and I do feel like he should be coming in as a face. I'm down with a heel turn on the main roster, but I don't see that, though, man. You know, maybe you do the respect thing, and Braun should go over. JR9, do you think Braun's going after this match, man? Yeah, I agree. Natural heel for sure. Do you think Braun's going right after Stand and Deliver to the main roster? For those of you that don't know, man, JR9 is my residential first of all, my right-hand man on the channel, but really got his shit down with NXT. He gets called up post Stand and Deliver. Wow. Okay, so there you go. Yeah, then definitely no, man. If JR9 is saying he's definitely called up right after that, Hayes gets the championship, then no, I don't see no double turn, JL. Absolutely not. JL also says, sorry, GOAT, for biased takes. I am a fan, not objective. Hey, much love, JL, man. If you think, is that for the Braun Mello thing? I got no problem with that, man. If you want the double turn, I totally understand that. I don't see it personally, though. Justin Jones, 5 spot. Lashley and Lesnar have went to WrestleMania as champions and later that year had to fight Omos. Coincidence? You shall follow the same path. I didn't even think of that, Justin Jones. Jordan, 199. Where are the stories, question mark? All we have is the bloodline. Well, they're all sitting in the lab. Whether you execute them or not that's what the problem is, right? But there's a bunch of stories, Jordan. Bloodline, Sami Zayn, yeah, that's the main one. But Cody Rhodes and Roman Reigns, the story for Cody's simple. This is his life fucking journey we're talking about. He left as an executive vice president of AEW, co-founder of AEW, because he wanted to conquer the fucking WWE mountain and pick up that fucking title. It means that much, family legacy, all of that. But it's now a necessity, as he told Paul Heyman. And Heyman told him straight up, on behalf of the tribal chief and out of Paul Heyman's words alone, there's no way Roman can allow you to conquer him. It's bigger than you, Cody. This is now his established legacy that he has to leave behind. We believe that all of these words is to lead up to The Rock Dwayne Johnson versus Roman one day, clearly. I mean, you see they're planting seeds left and right all the time. But to act like Cody Rhodes and Roman doesn't have individually and the start of something collectively, well, I mean, come on, you got to watch a little more vividly. That's absolutely a story. Now, execution with 3 weeks left, 2 weeks before Mania, I should say, 3 SmackDowns, you have to execute way more properly. You know, the match itself is absolutely going to deliver. They're separate stories and coming together, okay, sitting in their lap, it's a good start. 3 fucking weeks to go with SmackDown and 2 more Raws. You got 5 big shows. Not those type of big shows. You got 5 big shows before Mania. You have to elevate Cody and Roman, the interest for it. 10 fucking stories if you're taking the elevator. I agree. But that's another story. And not just that, man. Asuka versus Bianca Belair. The Asuka story of never winning a WrestleMania match, and she's been on the main roster for fucking 6-7 years. NXT, since Jared9 told me 2015. I know she won the title in NXT in 2016. 2016, 17 as she was back on that. She was on the main roster, so about 7 years. She's never won a WrestleMania. And she's taking on her good friend who she just spent months fighting side-by-side damage control. I absolutely agree. It's not being executed properly, and now they're trying to coexist. I hate that storyline. The coexist storyline has been ran into the fucking ground, and nobody gives a fuck. But Asuka and Bianca is a story that is sitting in their lap. Finn Balor and Edge, of course, it could have been done 87% better. But of course, that's a story, man. Edge laid it out beautifully this past Monday. He said, guys, since I came back, I spent a fucking year dancing around with you bozos. And the other year, I was around fucking TV screens in the Thunderdome. Edge said, I have to start doing what I came here to do. And that means ending you first so I can leave my legacy. And Balor is like, well, I ain't gonna fucking do that easily. I ain't gonna lay down for you easily, motherfucker. I've been to hell and it spit me out because it couldn't handle the demons. Imagine if you got the fucking demon back at Hell in a Cell. I mean, the story is there. There's a lot of stories. But I agree. Are they being executed properly? Of course not. Logan Paul and Seth. I want to see that kick to another gear this Monday. Start Friday. Dominic and Ray. Thank you, DJ is a prodigy and a few others. Absolutely. Dominic and Ray is actually a fun story, I feel. You don't even need the Hall of Fame bullshit. That's just weird. The guy's a full-time individual. Just do it next year after he's retired, 2 years, whatever. Not in some bullshit Hall of Fame where it's announced 3 weeks before the event. And all of a sudden, we got fucking... There's not even a time for it. They're just going to film it real quick after SmackDown. They're going to condense it a full 45 minutes, we're hearing. I almost feel bad for Rey Mysterio that he's being thrusted in this bullshit now. But Rey Mysterio and Dominic is actually pretty fun. If you guys have been catching the fucking storyline on their WWE.com, Rey Mysterio, he was at a restaurant. Rhea Ripley and Dominic showed up to the fucking restaurant to fuck with Rey and his mother. Dominic's mother, Ray's wife. They went to his fucking grandfather's house for like Thanksgiving and Christmas. Dominic was arrested. I mean, it's pretty decent, actually, man. There's a lot of storylines, guys. I mean, there's a lot of story. I fully agree they should be executed better, and that's the reason for low ratings, low interest, and us complaining because it's not being done properly. But there's a lot of stories, Jordan. Appreciate the coffee, dude. D-Man G, $4.99. What up, BC? What up, D-Man G? How you doing, man? If Roman loses to Cody at WrestleMania, What kind of promo or face Roman will come back to without his titles? Also, should Roman really lose? D-Man G, first of all, absolutely. This is Cody's culminating moment. It's one of those, you can call it a cheesy moment all you want, but it's WrestleMania 12 all over again. Shawn Michaels had to beat Bret Hart at WrestleMania 12. It was the boyhood dream becoming a reality, as Vince said a billion times, leading up to WrestleMania 12. This is Cody's ultimate destination, bro, and the journey that he's been on his whole career. This is it. Roman's next big Mania match will be against Rock. I'm telling you. They really wanted to get that done this year. And at 40, it's going to be the big anniversary show, 40 years. You're going to get Rock Roman. Guys, that doesn't need a title. It just doesn't. Sorry, not sorry if The Rock's not winning a title. It doesn't need it. Cody has to get this motherfucker. And then what I say is you split them up. Cody has said a billion times he doesn't even want both titles. He doesn't need both titles. He just wants a WWE title. That's the one he wants more than anything. Split them up and have separate fucking, let everybody else fucking, let's have two fucking champions again so we can finally stop holding this thing hostage. Roman Reigns has to get rid of the fucking titles. It's great. I love a champion for a long time. And I have actually, for the most part, enjoyed Roman holding titles for this long. But it is fucking time. It is fucking time for that dude to lose the titles. And as far as what happens, D-Man G, afterwards, you make him come back more diabolical. You don't turn him face. Roman comes back still a heel. And now he's more pissed off, and you put him in some main event level feuds. You don't even have to have him with the title for like 6-9 months. A year after the Rock match. You know, back in the day, top wrestlers didn't have to be in the title picture. You came up with good storylines for him. You could do that. You could fucking have him with the title hanging around that for several months, but you make him come back diabolical. He can absolutely lose, and he comes back even more vicious than before because he no longer has his baby. So, yeah, you could absolutely... Ash Sims, welcome to Gold. You were one of the first ones, man. What happened, Ash Sims? Well, either way, it's good to have you re-gold. Once you're gold, you can never go back. Once you got your gold card and then you lose it, you're kind of like, you feel fucking empty, right? You feel fucking naked. You're like, wait a second, I'm missing something. My gold card. Ash Sims, welcome back, bro. Ash Sims was one of the first gold card members, man. JR9 Gaming was the first. Jack Brewer and Ash Sims were like 2 and 3, man. Auto rebuild. Yeah, that's what you got to do, man. Auto that shit. Good to have you back, man. Gold status. D-Man G. That's what I'm saying with the Roman stitch, man. Ozzy Edwards with a coffee 5 spot says if Tony Khan didn't know, he knows now. No question, brother. No question. It just takes, open your ears, man. We're all trying to help either way. Ozzy Edwards with a 20 spot, bro. Ozzy. Before I even read that, let me give you a special salute. Ozzy Edwards with a 20 spot, man. Several Starbucks is being thrown at the channel. Ozzy, appreciate you, dude. You would have received more excitement from the gobbledygoogler. I think we're talking about that main event from Dynamite this past week, aren't we? Malachi wins in that trios triple threat match, and there was no reaction. Canada has never been as silent as I heard that reaction with Malachi. That was so fucking sad. And I honestly believe, even though it was a bad reaction, I do believe that you are a billion% correct. I think the gobbledygoogler actually what was his name? Was it gobbledygoogler? That was at the 1990 or 89. I think it was 90. Survivor Series. Vince McMahon had a fucking turkey pop out of a fucking giant egg. That was a real thing, guys. Very sad. Ozzy Edwards, too funny. Appreciate you, brother. Appreciate the coffees, man. Never needed, always appreciated. That's another level of support. Jane Donnelly, $3.99, coffee. Just with a coffee fucking emoji. I love it. Jane Donnelly, salute, bro. I'll match that coffee, Jane Donnelly. Salute. Gobbledygooker, yes. Is that what it? Gobbledygooker? Googler? I don't even fucking know. I'm trying to forget that shit. Thanks a lot, Ozzy Edwards. Ash Steggles already dropped a fucking 20 spot, $9.99 up in this bitch, saying my respect for the Undertaker went from. Hold on, Ash. Let me get you on the. My respect for the Undertaker went from to the moon all the way to another universe, hell, to another dimension. One of these days, the softies in the business will heed his words of wisdom. Ash Steggles, for the coffees thrown at the channel, no doubt, salute. But salute for those words. Because you know damn well if you caught, what was it, was that yesterday? Yeah, yesterday's Amped Up podcast. I went hard on that situation. Everybody that's coming down hard on The Undertaker, I defended that motherfucker times a billion because nobody knows this business better than that dude. And if anybody's going to give you advice, you fucking want it from The Undertaker, bro. I would think so anyway. So Ash Steggles, they can listen, they can take that advice from the man himself, or they can watch the ratings, the metrics, and the interest dip and fall and tumble even lower. And they can go backstage and ask if Meltzer gave them 5 stars. That's the problem with today. Good call, Ash Steggles. I didn't even think about this. You ready for this, Ash Steggles, if I may? Unit, one of the biggest problems in wrestling today, the wrestlers care less about what somebody like The Undertaker and his advice for you. They care less about The Undertaker's advice, and they care more about how Dave Meltzer rated the match. They care less about The Undertaker's critique and more about Dave Meltzer's stupid stars. Today's wrestlers care more about Dave Meltzer's opinion than The Undertaker's. I just had a revelation on this channel. Thank you, Ash Steggles. I didn't even think of that. I mean, I've said that in the last 2 hours in a billion different ways, but to sum it up with a cherry on top, pile driver, thank you. I mean, that is literally truth bombs, right? Think about it. Think about how much these wrestlers care about the star ratings and what Meltzer's going to say about them and how they're perceived on social media. With a bunch of, as Bobby the Brain Heenan calls them, humanoids. Fucking humanoids. But The Undertaker gives advice. There's lack of character. There's no character development. Nobody protects their character. They're one thing in the ring, the Undertaker said. They act one way in the ring and then they go on their social and they're somebody completely different. Kayfabe is totally fucking dead. An Undertaker saying, can you just try a little more? That's all he said. Try more. You don't have to go to the extreme like me, but try more. Protect what you're trying to portray more so people can believe it more. And people trash him because he called it the video game era. He didn't come up with that. That term was already being used. All he said was he wishes that people were spending a little less time playing video games backstage and giving a fuck more about their character, the story, the match, and how they can use in-ring psychology more than putting their bodies on the fucking line so when they're fucking 40, they're going to be almost crippled. Like Kenny Omega. You got legends like Undertaker backstage, and less they're saying. People are coming up and asking for advice. If I'm a professional wrestler and the Undertaker's walking behind me, I'm dropping the video controller. I'm throwing the Xbox against the fucking wall. Let it smash into a million pieces. I don't give a fuck. I'm going to the Undertaker and I'm spending the next fucking hour or 10 minutes, however much time he gives me, and I'm going to pick his fucking dome piece. I'm going to see what I can learn from him, what he's willing to teach me. Give me all the advice in the world. I'll soak it up like a fucking sponge. Today, fans trash him. Wrestlers don't give a fuck about him. Because they're too busy trying to find out how many fucking stars David Meltzer gave them. Take your fucking stars, shine them up real fucking nice, and stick them up your fucking ass. shit them out, and repeat the process. Anyway, Ash Steggles. Very true, bro. Jimmy Fingers 19. What up, Jimmy Fingers? 519. How about MJF's Double or Nothing storyline revolving around Sammy Guevara, Darby, and Jungle Boy? The latter, who I do like, meaning Jungle Boy, that's what is left for Max. No thanks. I already spoke about that, Jimmy Fingers 19. I think it's no harm, no foul, but I did see you in the chat too say fair enough, BC. So I think you were referring to that. I totally hear you. On the surface, it's like, what the fuck are we doing? But if everybody just takes a deep breath, calms down for a second, you'll see that this is actually a good bridge match. This is just the patent MJF's reign. You're going to elevate these three bigger than they have been, man. I mean, Sammy's been involved in nothing. Darby is playing hot potato with a TNT title with Wardlow and Samoa Joe. And fucking Jungle Boy, okay, pretty decent little feud with Christian. But now they're in the big league with MJF. This will be fun, I hope, going toward Double or Nothing. MJF will come out the winner, use his bag of tricks, diabolical heel status, so all three of the faces look good, right? Save face, and hopefully they come out looking better. It's a nice bridge gap match. I don't mind this at all, to be honest with you. Just hope it's done correctly. Savage 1024, The Punisher, 5 spot, says, if I was a pro wrestler, I would lead the Bullet Club, replace most of the members with needle movers, and sell good-looking merch. Savage, no doubt, bro. I think I would follow the same business model. Savage 1024, The Punisher, also had a 10 spot, a couple more coffees. Thank you, Savage. I appreciate you, man. When a casual wrestling fan thinks of wrestling, they think of The Undertaker, Stone Cold, Steve Austin, The Rock, Hulk Hogan, Randy Orton, not the flippity flip, kick BS. Savage 1024, The Punisher, that's the problem, man. And I'll take you even further than that, Savage. A lot of wrestlers today have actually convinced themselves that there is no more casual fan. CM Punk once said recently, casual fans are no more in pro wrestling. But that's bullshit. We see that on Monday Night Raw's 30th anniversary, right? You guys remember when they pulled the 2.4 rating almost? Right, those were a lot of casual fans. They come around, right? SummerSlam's ratings boosted up this past summer. Casual fans, right? WrestleMania, we usually see that. That's what I'm saying. You even took your niche audience, like AEW just lost 100,000 niche audience this past month, and your casual fans, and both are deciding to say fuck off. But months ago, when the wrestlers and even Phil Brooks were saying that casual fans are no more, that was false. You saw that at Raw 30 in January and post-Rumble. Right? Fans are going to come back because they need you. They want to see if there's anything happening that they should tune in for. And they're going to find out within 10 minutes. That's why the start of the show is just as important as the finish of the show. You want to grab those casuals from the jump. Why should I tune in for 2 hours tonight? Why should I tune in for 3 hours tonight? What pay-per-view do you want me to buy, and why should I give you my money? Why? So casual fans are there, man. And you got to give them a reason. And if you think that Action Andretti is bringing in a casual fan, or a Wheeler Utah, or a Dante, or a Darius Martin, a Dan Garcia, it's not happening. Not happening at all, man. And this is one of many reasons why we don't have larger than life characters anymore. The people getting TV time today, it's fucking laughable. Muhammad 550. BC, the same people saying Roman should win at Mania are the same people that are going to complain when Roman doesn't show up after Mania. Well, he'll show up after Mania. He better. I mean, he's no matter what, that's one of the biggest pieces of the puzzle, and that's the hottest Raw after Mania. But Muhammad, Roman has to lose, though. But you are right, though, man. You are right. Roman cannot lose this match. And then when he's not on Raw the following week, and he misses 2 straight SmackDowns, they'll be saying, Cody should have won. That's the base. Muhammad knows. A big name, 2 spot. But BC, it's March Madness season. Big Nang. I know, that's the excuse too, man. It's not just NBA that beat AEW. It's NCAA. And then there was a Bravo show called Vanderbitch Pump or whatever the shit. I don't know. A Bravo channel show just beat him. Fucking World Classic Baseball. I mean, now we just have multiple sports, college sports, Bravo channel shows. And the excursionists will say, it was all of it. All of it, man. They can't hang with Bravo channel, basically. They can't hang with college sports, basically. They can't hang with World Cup baseball, basically. They can't hang with basketball, basically. What can they hang with? Just say it sucks, then. You're telling me they can't hang with nothing. MTV Challenge is no longer on the air. That used to beat them some weeks. What the fuck can they beat? Fuck. What happens if Rachel Ray goes back to the cooking channel? Is Rachel Ray gonna beat him on Wednesday nights? Big Nang, too funny, man. Jimmy Fingers 19, 519. If there is no Bray at WrestleMania, there is no WrestleMania for Jimmy Fingers 19. We'll tune in for Cody and Roman, Bloodline, Sammy, Dom, Ray. Other than that, I just have no interest. Jimmy Fingers 19, I don't even want to think of that, man. Bray is too much of a special attraction, so much fun for so many of us, like you, like BC. He's got to be at Mania. They botched this whole thing with Bobby Lashley. But more importantly now, Jimmy Fingers 19, I just hope Bray is okay and good. I'm waiting on word on that. I have a lot of reputable people on this story, man. I promise you, when I hear something very valid that has substance, you guys are going to be the first to know about it. But even before I think Bray Mania, I just hope he's okay. You know, I'm hearing it has nothing to do with creative, nothing to do with Vince. And I'm hearing that by reputable people, more than one. So if it's something deeper than that, we just hope that Bray's okay, man. Whether you love Bray or not, whether you like to bash him or not. I mean, until we find out what's up with Bray, I just hope he's good. So, Jimmy Fingers 19, yeah, I can't even think of Mania without Bray. You have 2 nights of Mania. Bray just got back. And to have no Bray Wyatt. On the other hand, Jimmy Fingers, I can't think of Bobby Lashley versus Bray Wyatt at Mania or a fucking a house show. I wouldn't give a fuck. I would just give a fuck because it's Bray. Bray versus Bobby does as much for BC as Omos versus Brock Lesnar. It does nothing. But Jimmy Fingers 19, I'm by far with you on that, dude. Where'd I leave off? Colin 199, Kane and Shane 2003. Bro, Shane McMahon catches so much flack. Shane McMahon was one of the most interesting, fun, exciting wrestlers when he wrestled. Shane McMahon takes so much shit from fans. But in reality, I would rather watch Shane McMahon wrestle than 90% of the wrestlers today. Because the wrestlers today, they do nothing for me. They come through the curtain and I have no reaction. I don't give a fuck about them. They come through the curtain and I couldn't be more disinterested. When Shane McMahon would come out, I knew we were in store for anything, bro. Shane was going to go balls out, bro. Shane McMahon was fun. And back then, man, there was a good time period where Kane was fun too, bro. Where are we on that? A DB for life with a 10 spa. What up, DB for life? The problem is too many talents, not enough TV time. WWE plus AEW needs to stop signing everybody and start working on the talents they have now. Also, did you hear about Ridge Holland? Yeah, something about like threats or something because of the Big E. There was an update on Big E, and he's not even thinking about coming back. He's just thinking about just getting 100% better, or as close to 100% better. I don't think he'll get fully better with that type of injury and no surgery. And then Ridge Holland was talking about like getting him and his family getting threats or something like that. If that's what you're talking about? Well, just I mean, Ridge Holland's fine. He's a badass dude. He's a former rugby player, I think. I mean, with social media and shit like that, everybody not only has a voice, but they think they can get all badass and extreme. You know, I'm sure Ridge Holland is actually not shaking at all. I doubt very much, DB for life. Ridge Holland's going to be just fine. And as far as too many wrestlers being signed, absolutely, man. AEW has the problem more than anything. Tony Khan just likes to sign. And now it's what we saw in WWE when a lot of talents were sitting home and just wanted to go to work. Remember Brody Lee, Rusev, FTR? What were they called in WWE? What was FTR called in WWE, guys? I'm forgetting now. FTR, what the fuck were they? Man, how the fuck did I forget? Started with an R. A Revival, thank you. Sorry, God, draw a blank. I just look, I think of them now and I just think FTR because it just fits them. Revival, I mean, they were all sitting at home I remember like all of them at one time. We're just all sitting home at like the same time. And they were complaining on social. They just wanted to fucking go to work. Alexa Bliss is that way now. She's like, I didn't ask for a hiatus. They're keeping me home. I just want to go to work. And now Tony Khan is doing the same thing, man. He's got so many individuals. It's funny. Rusev is in the same position in AEW that he was at WWE, just with a different name, Miro. And he's sitting at home like, dude, it's not me. I didn't ask for a hiatus. They know the number. I can't. They won't want me to go to work. And he keeps signing people. You know, Valkyrie just showed up last night for the women's division. But you're not booking your women correctly. You have a lot of women. He has a lot. Tony Khan has a full women's roster. Do you guys realize he has about 27 females? That's a good fucking start. He keeps adding, but he still only has one women's match a show. Anyway, DB for life. Could not agree more, man. Jimmy Fingers, 19. I gotta give you a salute, Jimmy Fingers. Before I read that, another 10-19. Couple of fucking more coffees. Jimmy Fingers, salute, man. BC, do you think there is a chance Bray is out because of creative or legit injury? I would not be surprised if he was asked to do the Cinnamon Toast Crunch sponsored match, and he was like, nah. Jimmy Fingers, man. That just made me laugh, brother. The fucking Cinnamon Toast. What is it? The Cinnamon Toast Crunch sponsored match, man. And Bray's like, fuck that. No, Jimmy Fingers, I'm hearing from reputable people, like real, man. Not just like Meltzy and Alvarez, right? I'm talking reputable people. I'm hearing that it has nothing to do with creative. Could be wrong, but I'm hearing that it's actually something a little bit deeper than that. So, yeah, I'm really unsure. Jimmy Fingers 19. In 519, Jimmy Fingers 19 says, the L's are really starting to pile up on LA Knight's name. If they're not careful, he is going to be looked at as the next Dolph. Same for Cross. Only one win out of his last 21 matches, Jimmy Fingers 19. That's how correct you are on LA Knight. And Dolph Ziggler is still one of the best wrestlers in the world, I feel. His booking will tell you he's no better than the Brooklyn Brawler or Barry Horowitz or Luigi Lugnuts, my local pizza delivery guy. And Cross at least is a presence more. They have not made LA Knight anything. And this LA Knight is the real deal. But Jimmy Fingers 19, I cannot fucking agree more. Dino, 2-spot. Dino says, BC, we need the AEW refs. Macarena, one more time. Hey, Macarena. Hey, Macarena. Dino's talking about my skit earlier when talking about AEW referees in any match that involves more than two people. Tag team, trios division, fatal 4-way, fatal 10-way, 10-way tag. The fucking AEW officials are in the corner saying shit, but there's nothing of relevance. They're moving their arms like they're trying to control the match when they're really just doing a fucking Macarena. Hey, Macarena, don't you worry about my girlfriend, the one they call me Macarena. They don't want them, they don't mind them. Hey, Macarena. Dino, it's the truth though, man. If you ever watch it, it's no better than the Macarena. And sometimes it's so fucking funny because I truly think they're doing the fucking Macarena. I'm on 2% battery here, guys. Give me 1 sec. I'm going to try some... I want to stick around if I can. There's a few more supers, and I want to try to make sure I get all of them. So if you guys got a second, there's some more supers. I ain't going anywhere yet, but I have to try. Hold on, guys. I got 2% battery. I'm going to try to re-energize, get more amplified. I don't know if this is going to work, though. Hold on. We're going to try something here, man. If it doesn't work, well, join the channel tomorrow for Amped Up for Friday, March 17th, man. St. Patrick's Day. If anybody, any of the Ireland lads out here, man. Irish. The luck of the Irish. St. Patrick's Day, man, is tomorrow. I just realized that. Any Irish AMP unit members? No Irish? All right. Well, I'm a lot Irish. Italian and Irish is BC. That's why I'm so fucking y loco en la cabeza. I'm fucking a little wild. You know what I mean? All right. Let me see if I can get some more battery here, guys. Haven't had a Shamrock Shake in a while, no doubt. Starbucks just dropped their fucking pistachio lattes. I'm not happy about that shit. Strict Tango, Dublin. There you go, brother. We celebrate big time here in the States. If you guys are ever in New York City around St. Patrick's Day, damn, bro, be prepared. You're going to be doing some bar hopping. All right, guys, I'm going to try some shit here. I'm going to lose the mic for a second. Hold on. All right, can you guys hear me, man? Is the mic going or not, man? Let me know if we got audio in this bitch, please. It might sound a little bit different, man. I'm going through a whole new chord right now. All right, you guys are good? Nice. I'm re-energizing the battery, so I'm going to be able to stick with you guys for a few more minutes at least, man. So that's cool. Where'd I leave off? Dino, we're doing the Macarena. Dino, much love and respect, brother. Good to see you up in here. Dino's got me loud and clear. And I'm serious, though. Dino and everybody, you know, but watch the AEW referees. Anything more than two people, they're doing the Macarena. They're over-animated. Strict Tango, 2-spot. Do you think Mercedes will compete at Forbidden Door? No. Strict Tango, I'm going to say no. And I have several reasons for that, but I think I'm going to save that for an amped up podcast. Jay, $4.99, I would have Roman lose because the Bloodline and The Rock cost him the titles, then start a Roman versus Solo feud. Well, what I'm thinking, Jay, is that Roman loses. I would love to see The Rock cost him the fucking match. Bloodline is helping out Roman. Cody needs somebody to help him. It's not Owens, it's not Sammy, it's fucking The Rock, and they set up their 40 match. Because The Rock has to make an appearance. It's Los Angeles. Set it up. Why not? You did it for John Cena and Roman one year, remember? Or was it John Cena and The Rock? They set it up a whole year in advance. Good point, though, Jay. I would definitely have something special for the ending of that match and how Roman loses it. Ash Steggles, $9.99. I'm with you, BC. If I was in the business, I'd be picking The Undertaker's brain to make myself better and make my character 1,000 times better. Ash Steggles, that's what they're saying. It's not just Undertaker. A lot of these legends are saying they're backstage and they get little hellos, and it's not like they need their ego stroked, but it's like they're all just playing video games and they're so loose and nobody's really asking for advice. Everybody thinks they got it figured out. Their shit don't stink. As long as they do a bunch of flips and dives that night, they're going to get all the chants. And Undertaker's like, damn, I understand it's a different era. I understand people should not go to the extreme that I did, and that wouldn't even work in 2023. But at least try more to care about your character. Develop it, protect it, and be more of it even when you're off screen. Man, I just wish more people took it. I wish more people cared about how The Undertaker is critiquing them and less about Dave Meltzer and how he's critiquing them. You should not give a fuck about how many imaginary stars this fucking geek is giving you. That should not matter at all. You should be caring about The Undertaker, the fucking legendary, the best character in all of pro wrestling's history. You should be caring about that. Dave Meltzer's stupid imaginary rings are about as real and as important as Vince McMahon's bullshit, stupid, imaginary brass rings. Meltzer stars and Vince's brass rings. Take that shit, shine them up real nice, turn the son bitches sideways or diagonal, flip them around into a 360, 180 Hurricanrana stupid tortellini splash somersault, and stick it up your fucking ass. Shit it out, and repeat the process. Ash Steggles, no question, bro. And on top of that, Jimmy Fingers 19 and Jimmy Fingers, bro, and Ash Steggles, bro, MVPs of this fucking stream, man. Ash Steggles, Jimmy Fingers 19. I seriously appreciate all the coffees, man. Not needed. Two of my best fucking subs on this channel, two of my best gold members. Salute before I even read that, Jimmy Fingers 19. And to Ash. All my fucking supers, man. All my gold unit. My whole red team, man. This stream has been so much fun. 2.5 hours so far. You guys fucking rock, man. Time flies when you're having fun. Jimmy Fingers 19 says, I think we would have gotten more crowd noise at a neutral site game between my 2023 New England Patriots versus BC's 2023 Green Bay Packers playing for an 0-0 tie, 0-0 tie, than the crowd noise after House of Black won last night. Bro, first of all, Jimmy Fingers 19, since you showed your hand and you are a New England Patriots fan, Jimmy Fingers 19, do you remember who won Super Bowl 31? Because I'm getting foggy on that idea. Who won Super Bowl 31? I forget, Jimmy Fingers 19. I think your Patriots were in that Super Bowl, weren't they? I think the Patriots were in Super Bowl 31. Did they win that? Super Bowl 31. 31. Oh, fuck! Wait a second, my bad, bro. That was my Packers that whooped that ass! That was my Packers that whooped that ass. That was my Packers that whooped that ass. Jimmy Fingers 19. Much love, brother. Oh, hold up. I got 4 screens all on one, man. If I'm breaking up, my bad. I got fucking the big screen here. I got the main camera screen. I got a phone screen over here. I got 4 fucking screens going, guys. Sorry if you hear an extracurricular activity. And I got fucking Sports Center in the side office for any late-breaking Aaron Rodgers, Packers, Jets news. So you're probably hearing fucking Adam Schefter as well. No. All fun, Jimmy Fingers 19, man. Hey, listen, Patriots, I grew up with nothing but their fans, man. They are some rowdy, passionate fans. Luckily, we came away with that Super Bowl victory, man. 35-21, I believe. I still remember that score. I called that shit before the game. But Jimmy Fingers 19, you ain't kidding, man. If you guys are wondering what he's talking about in that, we talked about it several times. If you go back to Dynamite's main event this week, House of Black won a triple threat trios match. 9 individuals, 3 separate teams. And when House of Black won the match, listen and watch Canada's crowd. Watch that Dynamite crowd. I'm not even making this up, guys. This is not for entertainment, right? Oh, BC, you're 2.5 hours into a stream. You're just entertaining now. No. I'm being truthful. In the decades that I've followed wrestling, and I've watched Brooklyn Brawler matches, Barry Horowitz, Dana Brooke, Gilbert, Doink the Clown, or Duke the Dumpster Drosy. Ricochet matches. I have never heard a crowd literally make 0 noise after a main event with 9 stars like Young Bucks, Omega, Malachi. I could not believe how quiet they were. Nobody even moved. It was like they drew them in. It was like the Thunderdome. Remember Thunderdorks? Sorry for anybody that was in the Thunderdome. Sorry, not sorry. I just called them all Thunderdorks. The fucking Thunderdorks. What the fuck did that come from? You're not dorks. You were all great, man. Hey, if you guys weren't on the TV screens, they were going to put fucking fake pics up there anyway. But the Thunderdome, man, I mean, it was like that, where you just literally, it looked like they were all just like paintbrush there. They were just still. And I'm like, I understand they were not the heavy favorites to win the match, but it's Malachi Black and House of Black. I could not believe. I have never heard a crowd that silent. And that was an AEW main event. Now, luckily, when Hangman was in front of Elite, and it looked like the Elite was kind of getting the back, literally and figuratively, of Hangman, the crowd came to life a little bit, right? It's like, oh shit, Elite back together, sort of, kind of. Does he even know they're behind him? And then we went off there. But at least that was a little bit more energy. But the match itself, the end of the match, I cannot believe when the referee counted 3. When we say crickets, that doesn't do it justice. It wasn't even crickets, because at least you can hear crickets. There was no noise, man. I could not believe that, guys. I could not believe what I fucking witnessed. Anyway, Jimmy Fingers 19. No doubt, brother. And I had to have some fun with the whole Patriots deal, dude. To end us off, man. What a stream, guys. Over 2.5 hours. I kept you guys here, man. And for those of you that stuck around, for the thousands that are going to catch this afterwards, I appreciate all the love and support, man. I catapulted so much content out to you guys this week. One amped up podcast after another, each of them at least like an hour long. And man, so many of you guys were able to catch those. I appreciate all the support, man. And that's the reason I wanted to do a live stream. I haven't been able to do these live streams that often. And I really wanted to do one before the weekend. And you guys, you came through big time, man. This is so much fun. I'm going to end it with JR9 Gaming. 10 spot, never needs. That's my right-hand man on the channel. Salute, JR9. JC being gone is going to suck, but it could somehow benefit their story, as it gives time to build GG more until JC returns, attacking GG, setting up an epic last woman standing match. JR9, I was thinking the same thing from the jump, bro. Can I equate that a little bit? The Cody injury, JR9. When Cody got hurt, okay, the wrestling world was stunned and their heart dropped, right? There goes Cody's momentum. Cody's fucked. The momentum is done. Cody's journey is basically done. It's not going to be the same. You heard all of this. BC was thinking not so fast. This could actually help. I'm not saying you ever want to get hurt to help your storyline, but if it happens, sometimes, man, that time off is actually going to benefit all parties. I actually think, in a weird way, it helped Cody. Now, if he wrestled the whole time and didn't get hurt, of course, there'd be a lot more benefits than negatives in other areas. But in a big, big way, man, Cody benefited masterfully from that injury. And just after the injury, when he actually wrestled Hell in a Cell against Seth Rollins with half of his body colored like Barney the dinosaur, half of his body was purple. I mean, that just made him more badass. But the time off, man, was that actually just, it adds more to Cody's individual story and ultimately with Roman. My point, JR9, that's a side fucking story, but that's my analogy. I absolutely agree, and I'll take your word for it. You know the booking in and outs of JC and GG way more than me. If you're saying that you believe this could be a more benefit than a negative, I'm thinking the Cody situation. Ride it out. It sucks that you... What's the time frame, JR9? Do you know? What is her time frame? Or do they know yet? I'm on a delay, but make sure you let me know what the time frame is, because that'll tell you exactly. And you're thinking last woman standing, so that'll tell us when that match would even take place. Appreciate it, JR9 Gaming, man. Yeah, it sucks too when you got all the momentum in the world. I know, and JC's in the fucking story of her life. She finally has the spotlight on her, and then you get injured. I know. It happened to Cody. Separated shoulder, somewhere between 2 to 12. Oh, that's a big gap, JR9. If it's 2 weeks, no harm, no foul at all. 12 weeks, we're talking 3 full months. Sometimes you get the shoulder will stiffen up too, and you need even more rehab. So I hope it doesn't go even beyond that. Yeah, I think around 6 to 12. Yeah, that's what I was thinking, Jared. I have a lot of close people that are in like PT and in that type of the medical profession. So they usually tell me about like certain injuries and how long and the problems that accumulate with it. And they usually want to tack on a little bit for things like that. To all my super chatters, first of all, man, let me give another shout out to you guys. For the extra fucking coffee you guys throw, and for the extra hour of chilling with BC, man. Of course, JR9 Gaming, Jimmy Fingers 19, and Ash Steggles, man. MVPs on the supers tonight. You guys were fucking rock stars and beyond. Jay, Strict Tango, Dino, DB for Life, Colin, Savage 1024 The Punisher, Muhammad, Isa, Savage 1024 The Punisher. I think I already got him right. Well, Savage twice, 2 separate coffees. As I said, Jimmy Fingers 19 and Ash Steggles totally whooping that ass in the chat. Big Nang, Jane Donnelly, Ozzy Edwards, D-Man G, Jordan, Justin Jones, JL, Colin. Brianna, I think, was last one. Brianna was the last super chat of our last live stream. But Brianna, when you catch this, much love and respect. And if I missed any others, guys, thank you so much on the super chat front. Appreciate you guys, man. And you know what? To all my gold card members, man. Yeah, I can't do the whole list right now. It's not popping up for some reason. I was going to do a roll call, believe it or not, man. I'll go 3 hours on this bitch. The main screen is not popping up, but I will absolutely give a shout out in one of my, hopefully the very next Amped Up podcast, man. Every single one of my gold card members, my channel members, I will absolutely give you a shout out in the very next vid, or 2, depending on how long that is. But you guys will absolutely get a shout out, man, because you guys go above and beyond. So I could not thank you guys enough, but I do try to. Salute to everybody up in the chat, man. I know I kept you here for over 2.5 hours. You're the fucking best. From JR9 Gaming to Marie Applewaite, Pile Driver Finisher, James Miller, Ty Drew, Dante Jaron 23, Fury 9000, Sir Charles, Alicia Vukovic, Yellow Rose, Iman Perry, DB for Life with a 2 spot says, yeah, what? Please make this happen. Coffee, says DB for Life. 4 coffee emojis. Yo, hey, DB for Life, I get Stone Cold and LA Knight at WrestleMania. Lock it up. I'll call it. All right, I'm in, right? I'll throw WWE a massive mulligan. I just don't see it happening. With this short amount of time, I don't think Stone Cold's showing up now. Last report we heard is that they're still trying. Yeah, what? That would definitely be a promo. You know it. DB for Life. Who else up in this bitch, man? James Shrimp Fajitas Gold Unit. Smooth Realism. Fred Bucks. CT Hill, Ash Steggles, Jimmy Fingers 19, Kevin Johnston, Sabres News Consolidated, renewed. Ash Sims just got his gold card back. Ash Sims, fuck yeah, man. And everybody else, guys. Much love and appreciation. Till next time, Top Guy, I'm out. BC saying check you. Go long! Ready? Go long! You gotta go! Who's catching this bitch? Go! Go, man! You gotta go. Run a route. Go left. Iman, take a left. Jer9, go right. James, straight. Jimmy Fingers, you gotta go diagonal. Jimmy Fingers, you just ran into JR9, man. You gotta go diagonal. Pile Driver, don't just fucking sit in the back. Run somewhere, Pile Driver. There you go, open. You got it. There you go.